Alright, welcome back to the live stream. And I think the game is not yet here. Okay, it's here. So they are been picking now. I'm checking on the official stream, and I always love how Nigma Galaxy members are having this kind of discussion every time it's the banning and picking session. It's lovely. Okay, this is another Shadow Fin first strat again. I guess. Well, I wonder how's the stage of this Pgl Wallachia looking. Is it like some kind of TI stage or just like the net cafe where you can see 5 versus 5 within a room? Click on heroes to view their abilities, talents, upgrades. Okay, so since I bet it's already been picking on the official and not yet the been picking phase on the Dota TV, I'm gonna introduce you about Azure Ray because we already know Nigma Galaxy. We spectate the journey, the adventure. So seems like Azure Ray is I don't know. So there are two people from Azure that's on loan. It's the Han and Planet. So position 2 and position 4. And the captain here are Chang'an, Yuya Chun. Okay, Low Han, New Planet, and Yuya Chun. So seems like they're actually pretty good. They have they gained the third place on Elite League season, and the first one in ESL 1 Kuala Lumpur 2023 go number 1. Oh, that's pretty good, right? Azure. I wonder if they changed the name. The team is founded by Yang Yicheng, the same founder for the Extreme Gaming teams. In 2023, after Somnus, Kellis, and FY agreed to play without salary and became the core members of the initial roster. So the surprise thing here is Somnus, Kellis, and FY, they don't play in this current roster. The practice would later be repeated by XM agreeing to play for the team without salary. So it's like they begin the team, they start the team just for this Azure. So with this kind of track record, it's pretty good, of course. And look at this recent matches. Okay, I'm gonna see recent matches. It's the they lost against 0 or win. They win. Well, Let's see. I want to see their signature hero low, the post one from Azure. He plays Luna faces White and Troll. So let's see if Luna's getting picked for Azure. I'm gonna just see their signature hero based on the current update. So about Han, Kuchia Han, on loan from Dark Holes. So this is the another member that got loan. There is no no record about his signature hero, but playing the middle, of course. It's post 2 after all. And then what else? No, still mystery then, but you know, Chinese team, they have a tendency to play with spirit heroes. Selamat Nea, selamat Daniel. How are you? And then about the Li New combo, the post 3, the offlaner, he plays the Mars Centaur or Pangolier. So these 3 heroes are basically in this current update. So I wanna see what they gonna pick. Where is? It's not yet here, the game. And then we proceed on another lone player. It's the Planet. He is Lin Hao, on loan from LGD Gaming. Okay, so interesting, from LGD. With the signature hero, Earthshaker, Mirana, and Rubik. Basically, Mirana is still on this patch, but again, this record is not like absolute match with the draft. While the post 5, Siamese Yuya Chun is the post 5 with Phoenix. Okay, that's interesting. Post 5 Phoenix, Clockwork, and Grimstroke. So if I can make a silver line about the hero Yuya Chun's playing, they are the heroes that's pretty aggressive. Of course, Clockwork, Grimstroke, and Phoenix. These 3 heroes are kind of useless if you cannot aggressive. Well, that's all maybe from Azure. I don't know, they have any. Oh, there is the inactive player, but still, it's post 5. I wonder if there's the captain. Oh, it's the post 5 here, the Grimstroke player. I'm fine, Nigma 2-0 for sure today. Yeah, I hopefully so, Daniel. I hopefully so. Yes, please. Yes, please. Where is? Why? It's not yet here. I wonder why it took so long to come to the Dota TV. Oh, it's here? No. Okay. Daniel, after this case, I'm going to the hospital. Maybe. If it's not raining, it's kind of cloudy now. So I really hope what you say is true, Nigma 2-0. Please make it 2-0 so I can go to the hospital. I'm bringing some foods for my parents. Don't know, maybe they already ate, but yeah, whatever. just bring something. Okay, since we already talked about Azure, it will be wiser if we can include Nigma Galaxy with this. So Oh, interesting. So the player roster on the Nigma Galaxy's Wikipedia, they only have the Miracle, Sumail, GH, and Kuroki on the player roster. It's like there is, I mean, Noob, even if Noob's playing on this match, it's not really on the active roster. Noob. I don't know. Temporary stand-ins, it says. Omar also. Goes 1J. It's for the Snow Ruyi on the previous Snow Ruyi. Okay. So, I think they're gonna consider Mind Control's coming back, right? Because Mind Control's not in any team right now. Oh! Where is it? Where is it? Finally.
Have many heroes that can be played, but I also think that they should be maybe giving him a better matchup. You did also mention that he lost some of the good matchups that he did have, so it is
what's worse, like losing a matchup you should be winning, or losing a matchup you shouldn't be winning at that point.
Yeah, just win, just get good, kid.
Yeah, it's tough as well.
Quick,
I mean,
recovery to your parents, Nia. Thank you for the kind words.
They're banning out his heroes.
I hope you and your family stay well
You're
too.
scared of it, you know? I mean, Sumail
All
does play
safe
it,
and
but
sound
Sumail
and
Invoker
healthy,
is not one
like
of his signals.
unlimited
He definitely can
HP
play
regeneration.
it, but maybe there's some tech where they have been
Okay,
scrimming it
so
and playing it. These teams do scrim. Perhaps we did see
actually
Watson
saw
play the
a
carry
bit
Invoker. I would love to see
about
Miracle
the
get his hands on
big
Invoker,
face
even as a carry. Like,
Nigma
he's one of the
Galaxy,
goats on
the
Invoker
big
of
shadow
all time
fin
for sure.
on the first.
So like maybe that is something that they potentially
Well,
have seen and
it's
are also
either a
afraid
good
of.
move or
three
not
of
really a good
four
move,
heroes
but
for Han.
I
We
would
talk a lot
like to
about
say
Han.
it's pretty
Have
good
been
move
banned already. The only hero
considering
that he has played is
Miracle is
Tiny,
the one
which
that's
they
playing
didn't find
the shadow
much success with.
fin.
He did lose that matchup against the Puck.
They
so
don't really
we'll
want
need to
to
bring in a new hero.
share the shadow fin
you
to
know, you
the enemy's
gotta feel
team.
for the kids. It's
Okay, so
this is such a
the
tough one,
sniper,
especially now you're not getting
Invoker,
some of your
Shadow
comfort
Demon,
picks.
Puck, Tusk,
Yeah, definitely.
Bristleback.
And we'll have to see
They
what
got banned.
their overall first pick will be. He's just gonna have to reach into his hero pool. I think the best thing you can do is just eliminate the best heroes for the mid lane and just play the like B tier heroes, I would say, right? Like the Puck is already out, the Invoker's out, Queen of Pain later on.
Dom keeps saying pick Void, so
Oh, interesting.
It's a good matchup against Puck. I think people have been theory crafting how to
Is
as
it
the
going
menace,
to
we saw
be
Tiny not successful.
offlane or
We saw
primal?
Dragonite
Primal
also
this?
not doing too well. We saw a couple of Night Stalker picks coming out. Night Stalker right now is the third hero on Dota Pro Tracker that has the highest win rate. So they're definitely up to something. You need to be able, because meta for the offlaners also has not been set yet. People are still trying to theory craft what's good, what's bad. Night Stalker sitting at a 0% win rate, but this also could be the answer to some of these maneuverable heroes from the mid lane.
There we go. We talked about it. The Shadow Fiend. This is a hero that Sumail
one
also
really
is very
devastating
for
hero
playing. I
for
don't
the
know how much I
enemy.
like it. Abilities buff the facet so that you're better carry. So most likely going to play it on Miracle in that safe lane. He likes to play these flashy heroes. He's really good on them. And I think in general, like if you want to pick an early carry, there's a couple of criteria it needs to meet. And one is it has to be a strong laner. And number two is it has to farm quickly in case something does go poorly in the laning stage. And three is it has to scale. And that stuff has all. Like we see these Linas, these Wind Rangers, they're always generally ranged carries that you pick early on, and that can work. He tried out the Faceless Void earlier today. Didn't really work out with the Times Square or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, if this is going to be Shadow Fiend from the safe lane, there's Primal Beast. That's one of New's better heroes. You need some kind of protection. Like, you need a hero who's going to be there protecting this Shadow Fiend. Because Primal Beast runs in, you're going to die straight up from 100 to 0, paired up with any strong position 4 range hero. So they're banning out Naga Siren. So with the net, you can't go in. Clockwork and Dark Willow. So they will need to find a hero who's really good. Is Tusk still available? No, Tusk is also gone.
As well, yeah.
So I want to see the combination. Enchantress, I don't think that's the hero that's going to be played as a position 5. I would maybe prefer it more. Like, sure, you can maybe start from the off lane, but I want to see protection for Shadow Fiend.
I mean, basically the way that matchup works is like, yeah, sure, if Primal gets on top of you, you're just dead. However, there is a chance in which you just you keep him low.
Halo bang, bukan bang Alimnea ini.
Position like Willow is banned.
Yeah.
We saw Hoodwink getting some more popularity. I want some of those strong heroes. That works. This is something that
It's
can
indeed.
allow the Grimstrike and the Primals just go on the Shadow Fiend.
Thought
And
about
there
this,
is no
about
protection for
the
it now.
hero,
And I think
the
the bans
post
are
5
really
hero.
beautiful here for Azure,
gonna be
and
the
their drafting
Grimstroke.
already
Okay.
is 100
Much
times better
improved.
than
Yes,
yesterday.
yeah, they definitely did the
not
homework.
really
Primal
The
Beast,
one
he runs
the
in.
one
That's
that
gonna be
gained the
later
most
on. Of course,
popularity
once he
on this
picks up the
current
shard,
patch,
which
but
you're gonna be
still
looking to
Grimstroke is a
buy as
Grimstroke.
soon as possible after the 15-minute mark.
It's like
I want to see some
underappreciated
stuns. We've
hero.
seen,
Still
yesterday Mao's
devastating.
not having a good time, so I want to see some kind of a control, because right now
Oh Nea.
that doesn't care too
Yeah,
much about you having a BKB, has a BKB piercing ability. There's an overgrowth on top of that. There's leash mechanic from the Grimstroke. So Azure, I really like what they drafted for themselves already.
I mean, they have Sand King in the pool still, which could be flexed to either Summel can play it or
Yes.
Noob can play it. That could be a good stun option for them. They have played the Mars as well. Mars SF, that's a classic. You just fear them into the arena. A little extra damage. That always helps.
Dyer's pick.
That Snapfire, whenever you see Snapfire, like, oh, is it going to be Puck or is it going to be Mars? And it's going to be Mars because Puck is banned, or they would have taken that for sure.
Okay, it's
A lot of
Mars
team fights
and
as well coming out
Primus.
with these two heroes. With the Shadow Fiend, Razor has been super popular. I mean, a lot of the times when Razor was pretty much played exclusively from the safe lane, we also seen, because people, the hero pool was pretty small back then, and people didn't know what to pick, because that was the lane where you're like, okay, we got to take an L in that lane. So a lot of times people would pick Mars, so you have something to push him away when he's trying to use the static link. But now you have a cookie as well. So Nigma Galaxy in this lane, I don't think they're going to suffer as much, especially if that's going to be like Treant Protector, where you can kind of run away. So I feel like with this Razor pick, it's not own the lane.
5 seconds.
It could also still be a mid racer.
Yeah, and we even see Azure is just banning Faceless Void, thinking the Shadow Fiend could be the mid option, which it could, but I want to say it's like 10% or less chance that this SF will be going into the mid lane. And Razor, as you mentioned, definitely going to you need a mid.
About the
And we'll probably
band heroes from Azure,
buy Nigma
they think that the Shadow Fiend is gonna be Summel Shadow Fiend.
is really good right now.
Maybe Azure is gonna pick
I agree.
Luna, maybe,
But it needs to be
Luna,
like a good matchup.
or maybe this Razor is going to be the carry. I don't know.
Because they don't have that
It's like
control. They don't have
they're gonna
really reliable stun.
they're gonna
Or
think
Mars gets a
of
blink
something
dagger,
heroes
Shadow
that
Fiend, they provide
that's
really
their
good
signature
control.
hero on this
And
point.
I like those bans a lot. We talked about the
Well,
there's 4 heroes right now.
Why?
Or like S tier for the mid
It's
lane.
interesting, Nigma Galaxy. They ban
So
the Queen of Pain
right? So you ban all
and
of
also
them,
the Storm
and you put them in a
Spirit.
situation
These
where
two
if they
heroes
take
are
a hero,
like
blind matchup,
the
no matter
goat
what.
for Chinese team. Chinese team, they're particularly playing very good with these two heroes, the Queen of Pain and the Storm Spirit. So
Are now banned.
I guess
You also have to
it's
pick blindly into
out of
Summel, so
respect they're gonna ban the Queen of Pain
Yeah,
and
at
Storm
Nigma Galaxy, they
Spirit.
have
Meanwhile,
the
we
last
already
pick, so
know
the
that
Shadowfin still is a flashy. There's gonna
Sumail,
be some,
he
like,
can play
melee heroes
very
on the
well
mid
with
lane.
these
They
two
might put
heroes.
Shadowfin mid,
And
dominate
Azure,
that matchup, and then still
okay,
pick a different
maybe
carry.
they don't think that
Snow
the
also
Shadow
can
Queen
snap
is
fire mid as
Miracle
well,
Zero, so
if they
they
want to go that route.
ban the
So they have
Faceless
flex
Void. I don't
potential
know
if they want
why
to do
they
something
banned the
else here.
Faceless Void though.
I'm not entirely sure outside of the 4 heroes I mentioned
It's
for the
out
lane,
of update, but
what is
still,
good. And it looks like
a Faceless
Azure
Void
didn't
is
know
good
either. They said,
to
like,
initiate,
let's
to
use the
just,
time here.
you know,
Let's
the
ban something,
combo
and it
that
really
they
could be on. I
need.
think
But
it's smart here to
again,
use all
I
the time,
guess
'cause
it's more
obviously this is your
effective
last pick and you
if
get banned into
Nigma
pick. So
Galaxy
they need to make sure whatever they're picking
has
here,
another
they're gonna have a
carry.
gotcha pick on
It's
that
not
last pick
like
there, and they got a
Faceless
ban to
Void
protect
is
it.
the only carry at this point. But again, since Azure is deciding to
The time
ban,
winds down.
okay,
And
it's
it'll
more
be the
like so
Miracle. Yeah, they
basically.
really think it's gonna
They
be
think that the
a mid
Shadowfin is
Shadowfin here.
male zero.
So I think
Okay.
they were gonna pick a ranged hero most likely against the Shadowfin.
The
Like, that's the
Shadowfin,
rationale. Like,
Sumail
what about
Shadowfin is
Peppy
also
Lina
good,
or
right?
something like
Some
that?
Lina, some Coddle maybe.
As
If they want to go that route.
I bet
Maybe
they're
even
gonna
bang out
build
some
a
Zeus, 'cause I'm
magical
just thinking
Shadowfin
in terms
if
of heroes that they have to close
let's
the
say
gap
that
in
the
spaces in
Shadowfin
Mars.
is
You have
Sumail's
protection, you
one,
have the spell from the
not
Grimstroke overgrowth,
Miracle.
so it can be something greedier on side of Azure Ray coming out from the mid lane. If you want to push the tempo, I wouldn't mind Keeper of the Light with some like Spirit Vessel, but it's gonna be Lina, which is
It's Lina.
also fine. You know, they think it's gonna be Shadowfin from the mid lane, and let's see what the response is gonna be. Would you force this Shadowfin now to the safe lane and pick something different?
I wouldn't even. I'd already say naturally it is going safe lane, right?
Yeah,
So I think you just pick
So-
something that can survive mid against this.
We're gonna
What
have
comes to mind is typically DK.
carry
I'm
Razor
not a huge fan
from
of it in
Azure
general, but like
and Lina mid laner
in a
maybe.
game like this where you're not really playing versus the OP puck or something, I think it's fine. You do need to pick one of those B tier mid
What
laners.
about Nigma
It's a Lina
Galaxy?
game. You just have to survive it. Picking a hero that can get on top of the Lina is something as well. Some Earth Spirit or something. Like you can lose the lane. That doesn't really matter. It's kind of like the sniper approach. Just pick a hero that can get on top of it, because beating this hero in the laning stage, I think, is just not really going to happen.
Some serious amount of damage. Razor, Lina, you have Trin Protector in the front line. Primal Beast, one of the tankier heroes from the off lane. So lineup for Azure Ray, it looks really good. You have double Laguna Blade, you have double Primal Beast ulti as well.
Yeah.
So
Well, to be
you
fair,
can
okay.
throw inside
What's the
Grimstroke
next?
as well.
It's
What's it gonna be?
it's Sumail. It's Sumail Rubik.
All the spells you can steal
Don't.
from Lina are
Please
very
don't.
useful on the Rubik.
Why you
You can
pick
steal the
Rubik?
polarize as well.
Yeah.
All right, so ah,
So that
I wouldn't
gets
say it.
destroyed by the
Okay.
Lina mid. And
Before I put a comment on this kind of draft, Azure new Primal Beast Planet Grimstroke. Wait, I remember your name, but
I like this Rubik pick a lot. I think it should do fine in the
You-
lane, at least
you
trade
Chan?
farm. And there's some really
Friend
cool
Protector,
spells.
and then Razor, and then Handlina. Meanwhile, Nigma Galaxy, they have Miracle, Shadowfin, GH, Enchantress, Omar, Snapfire, Nook, Mars,
Can potentially-
and Sumail Rubik.
I think they should really
Oh my
put
god.
pressure on Miracle this game, because he looks a little bit exposed.
Okay, so to be fair,
If they punish
honestly,
Hanek
to make some space for the Shadowfin, a good or even an aggressive mid laner is needed on this draft. Plus, what happened with this lane? Oh, it's just picking. Okay. So, meanwhile, we already see that this is the combo of Grimstroke and Primal Beast, even if. Oh my god.
Final thought on the draft?
Grimstroke is the ultimate combo that you want on your team.
He's backstage.
It can really kill a Shadowfin, even if it's a Shadowfin. So the Enchantress, also the Rubik. Oh my goodness, I'm late. Bachop, it's Sumail Rubik again. It's Sumail Rubik again. I don't favor this kind of draft, honestly. And Rubik is the one hero that's not really aggressive. He waits until the enemies cast some spells, then he can proceed on the counter attack. That's why. Oh, why? Well, on the other side, let's say that this Rubik is on the... Okay, I'm still...
Getting the Lina coming out first time of the tournament.
Yep.
And then in response,
Oh, no?
the Samael Rubik.
This whole game, this whole series is going to be super excited. I'm already happier to see that Azure has kind of fixed up a bit of their drafting because some of their games yesterday were kind of weak. We'll use that
Okay.
word, I guess.
Oh my god.
This one you like.
It's strong.
Yeah.
It's good potential. It
You
has
know.
scale and good ways to team fight. There's
Look at this.
No?
My goodness. What a surprise there. The 5 of them strike for the trees. Newbie was
This is...
for that. And I tell you what, I don't think anyone would
This is...
like that come out. Azure turning up today with a very impressive first blood.
This is an old school thing.
I pray for him to own the game. Let's just spread positive vibes.
Remember the old school
Logically speaking, Azure, they gonna charge in first because this kind of draft, they got the upper hand for charging first, for attacking first, which means that if Azure is gonna be the one that deals the more aggressive side, it means that this Rubik will be good because the spell is gonna steal a lot of spell. But I wonder if Sumel's gonna be having a good time dealing hand by hand damage with Lina. But let's see. It's Lina, so I guess. But it's Sumel.
We might see some crazy strokes of fate coming out of this game from Planet.
I think this is just like he might be experimenting and maybe for doubles. I mean, Planet is probably
He's dead. He's
He
got
just
stick
got auto
charges.
attacked to death.
Okay, yep, GH, one more hit. Easy kill for the Enchantress.
All right, I GH.
Wait, the
something
camera
up
is
top
so
trade
late.
with him with
Hello,
nature's
Kestar,
attendance. So
hello.
yep, just a free kill.
They're
for
relying
Look
on
at
your
that
camera.
attack. Yeah. Well, that was a nice little pick up for GH to find.
And in a lane that I would say this is the lane for me to watch a lot because this is the lane that they can kind of get kills onto Miracle early if he does make some missteps. But the fact that they have these double ranged heroes to constantly harass and looking at Miracle's starting items, it's all out stats. So he's looking to kind of tank up for if they make that aggressive move on him and stuff. So yeah, cool to see. They're already going to make them aggro move.
They are
Miracle.
indeed. They're on top
This
of it.
is...
The trample coming out. Miracle pretty dead. Getting a little too close to the tower. Planet getting a lovely angle there from the trees. Hitting
This
with that
is what
stroke,
I've
getting
been
that slow
talking
in
about,
to
the
set up for
combo
you to
of
get in on
Primal
top of
Beast
it.
and Grimstone.
Miracle's got to be a bit more careful when he steps that far up the lane.
Even if he's building tanky, right? Like I was just mentioning, he built all these stats, but versus Primal and Grimstroke, if you don't have any type of actual stun or one of these like godly counters versus the Primal, like the Willow or the Clock, he's gonna just run right through you. You have no stun to stop him. You have an enchant, which if you cast it at the right time, it dispels the onslaught, right? But it's very tough to pull off in a lot of situations.
And what do you expect to see come out of the mid lane matchup anyway? You know, talking about the response, getting this Rubik against the Lina. Do you like that? Do you think that's pretty much one of the better options that Nigma Galaxy had left in the pool at the end of the draft?
There's some cool spells to steal for sure, quite a bit of them. I'm not sure if it was the absolute best, but most of these mid heroes were already banned out, as the panel mentioned, the big four especially. So just wanted to find something that could counteract and be flashy. That's a typical Sumail, right?
So far, Han having the edge in this matchup. 15 for 2 against the 9 for 3.
I think he should have a bit of an edge. You know, you just always
Yeah,
are able
even
to
if
nuke the
Sumail's
waves out a
not
little bit
really
easier
getting a
early
lot of
on. Keep that
creeps
constant
on
attack
the
speed
lane,
going to
but
trade
he's
and
doing
harass.
pretty good.
Now he's got
Look at
Arcane
that
Supremacy
level,
though, so you can actually
Sumail's
start getting better trades at 4
the
here on the
one that
Rubik, but
reached
the
the
first 2 levels
level
or so.
4.
Looks pretty good for Han.
I like this as well. Well, this is still the way to
Ooh,
go on
that's
the mid
pretty-
Rubik. Just rush that phylactery and go around zapping people.
I guess so. I mean, we saw Thompson do some like Gleipnir and stuff like that, but that's very specific Thompson. So yeah, I would imagine so. It gives you great stats. You become incredibly tanky.
Definitely going to need that against their high burst that Han's going to be able to throw your way as well. So yeah, this
Miracle.
Han getting some good denies there. Top
He's
lane,
getting a lot of
he's
damage.
going to get out of him.
He's
One more
10
hit.
HP.
And he's going to have to take the walk back to base. He has got a salve on the courier, but not in a healthy spot. So indeed a TP back to the fountain. Planet also getting beaten out of the lane. So despite Miracle dying early on, we can see in the last hits, he's having a
okay.
pretty easy time hitting the creeps up hit.
He just stepped up too far the time he got caught, right? He was really close to the tower, just got caught off guard there. So yeah, this lane should go pretty well. The double range harassment is pretty beneficial when you're playing versus something like Primal, and Yeah, the raises, they really do start to add up early on.
Also,
You got all
even
three
if-
connecting onto new there. What's bottom lane doing?
Miracles
Lane that
got
we haven't
killed.
gone into. Actually,
like
I mean, we were
one
glancing at it, of course, on the ops, but we
early,
didn't talk about it. But
still
so
in
far,
the last
pretty good for
match.
Noob. I think Mars does good in like almost every one of these matchups lately that I see.
Sure. Especially, yeah, in considering this is a situation where you're against a very strong duo, right?
Yeah.
It's this kind of treant plus range carry, and a range carry that is absolutely ready to get involved in early action and look for early kills. So as long as Nigma Galaxy don't feed away any lives down here, I think they're going to be pretty happy. And as you say, on top of it, Noob, his farm is not suffering. He's getting a lot.
Omar TPing top.
See, they've got to try and help out Miracle as New. Is it on top of him again? New trying to dive in under the tower, saving himself from planet. They're really doing their best to kill Miracle.
Very
Can they
good.
get it?
What a
They can't.
TP.
Well, the Valkyrie steps back in range. Planet's actually able to finish him off with the rocket clip. So, yeah, but it's first game of the day. You know, a bit shaky from Miracle. Probably didn't need to die there, but does. At the least for Nigma Galaxy, they do manage to punish Azure. They get the double kill in return.
Fast TP from Omar. I mean, that is a way to do it, right? When you don't have a stun in your top lane or a way to fully prevent that trample or whatever to keep getting on top of your SF, just bring the snap. And Noob's already doing well. The creeps were at his tower, so it was kind of a perfect time for him to rotate. And yes, talking about that bottom lane, they do have double reset positions, right? So if Razor does link, they can either spear him away, they can cookie the Mars away too, so.
Oh, look at this here.
Oh, this is clever.
Yeah,
TP
Lion
just
Beach.
from Miracle.
They're really looking to just crush the Shadow Fiend in this early laning stage. Rotations like this, you can't do anything about it. They're really putting everything into the just slow down the Miracle SF basket. And that's not a bad move to go for.
No. Especially, I mean, we were talking about the positioning of the bottom lane. Noob had it at his tower, so this was kind of a perfect opportunity for them to just disappear from the bottom lane unexpectedly. Clever stuff. Rune top, Omar. Looking to secure it. They also have GH in the area, so lanes are broken already.
They decide
Again,
just to
some fun early
cover
moves here from
Rubik.
both teams. 6 minutes in.
Because the
Even
top
on
lane is so
overall net
hard.
worth.
I think at this point you just leave Omar with the Shadow Fiend for the most part. Until
Somebody's got to stay up here. Yeah.
One of the stunners, and you don't want to bring the Rubik, so it's got to be Omar. At least someone who can delay and stop Noob from just getting on top of him.
And because at this point, does Miracle still need the space to keep coming back to the tower to farm? Can he back up to the jungle, or that it's too early for that?
A little too early. Maybe like once he gets level 5, maybe 6 or something, then he can back up to that jungle there. But he wants to stay in the lane a little bit longer here. Oh, overall though, CS is looking good.
It is. That's the
across
thing,
board.
right? Died what the 3 times, but the last hits, but it certainly doesn't show it. His farm's still top tier here.
And Han, we see him having a slight edge over Sumail, but this is the beauty about playing the Rubik versus the Lina in the mid matchup, is he's going to be maxing these spells. At least the Dragon Slave, so Sumail does have a level 3 nuke on top of his level 4 nuke right now, so could look to make some early moves. This is a bit scary for heroes like Razor early on, because this double burst, and you can take like a triple burst if you know what I mean, because you nuke, steal Plasma Field. These triple burst kind of combos versus these more fragile heroes early can be dangerous.
Well, Noob, look at the running down here on the bottom lane. Azure having the sort of abilities here to go for these aggressive moves. Can they get out though? Because the response is coming in from Nigma Galaxy. Flex Grenade will clip onto Low, but not really much more to follow up after that. So Low, perfectly fine. Azure just having a bit of an easier time making these moves and getting away with them. Nigma Galaxy not able to be quite as aggressive.
Sumail a little slow to react, it felt like there, to TP down. It was like 3 seconds after they had gone was when he started his TP, so.
They still want to try and burst Low.
A lot of damage.
I'm going to get the connection with the cookie. It's a lot of burst
You
with the
almost-
scatter blast, but not enough to kill him.
Ooh, the creeps. Get him. He'll be all right.
With this kind of
Raindrops
busy
probably saving
laning.
his life there. One of those charges blocked a bit of that damage that came out. But
Let's
tons
just
of
farm
nuke.
for
There's
a
going to be a
while.
lot of burst early on when you have this type of Rubik. So they're CSing well, but we are seeing now after that kill, Azure only slightly ahead after this laning phase, but only just slightly. So pretty even across the board. There's a slight advantage at the moment for Azure after these lanes.
See where they want to make the next move. Inside the jungle, New. And that he can kind of get around with farming this position. GH just going to spot him out, trying to lead him with the slow, but the charge away's
Okay,
there.
maybe
They're
with the
trying to get
Enchantress
some sort of a catch on into him with the pretty much the 4 members of Nigma Galaxy that are playing around this top part, but not able to do so. New's able to escape easily.
Catch definitely a little bit lackluster with the supports at the moment. Miracle getting farm, got neutral item, so he got the more stats, so a little bit tankier in that front, and almost has the Mask of Madness to go back to farm. As we said, still, I mean, not fragile, actually. A little tanky here on the Razor, but so much burst that they do have between them. Omar is not 6th, though. So it won't be the fastest of kills. Yeah, he scouts them. Good awareness by Low. A night and day difference between Azure, right? This morning and yesterday.
TP's coming in.
Very aggressive moves.
Azure, they want to fight this. There is the arena from Noob at the ready. Low. He's ready to start leading it. They're just going to go straight onto Noob. The cookie's there to break him away from the static link. Noob's got the grab. Noob turns around with the arena. Is there going to be any sort of follow-up? There is not.
Big damage. Double nukes.
See if Pichu can get away from this. He looks like he can. He's able to escape the creep of the Enchantress. So not. Okay. Oh, that will do it.
Hadouken.
Oh, they'll get him in response, but of course Azure getting a core, only losing a support. So happy with these trades. And I guess
another move from New, just super active.
Up and down the map, Azure. No slowing down for the Miracle. He's gonna get the Requiem off. Give him a bit of space to back off, and perhaps just enough to survive. He's able to heal up here, has the lifesteal, also Salve in the pocket, ready to heal up.
Right there comes into play the other facet, right? If he didn't have this fight out, probably can just pop the ink swell, but whatever.
See if he can get I got a regen rune.
That's a lick from Sumail.
And the overgrowth's coming out. Han, can he move away far enough in time? He can. Han's going to get out. The soulbind's been thrown down onto the two of them. Han will be saved.
Barely survives. Leech Seed, good positioning there from Pichu. Sumail does get the second nuke again, though. Didn't have the most ideal one, you know, static link Rubik, not the ideal. Now we'll have that secondary nuke. And yeah, Miracle, he's got the Mask of Madness, so time to get that farm online. New, I mean, I'm just gonna keep watching him because it seems like he's just looking to be incredibly active this game early on, and I love to see it. I mean, this is one of his best heroes, so top of that net worth on the Primal after dying early on.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty terrifying for most of the lineup, really. I mean, he gets on top of Miracle, as we're seeing. Now it's a struggle for the SF, and outside of that, the other two, they've got bursts from the Rubik and the Mars, but after that first item or so is online for New, that burst is probably not going to be enough to kill him off if he charges in on them.
Or it's just going to kill them, because he's going to have Blade Mail really soon. This is one of, this is the tankiest hero in the game, so Blade Mail versus SF versus Rubik, you know, even versus the Snap Fire, it could potentially just kill them when they go on him. So if New's able to lead the charge in a lot of situations, it can definitely be pretty problematic versus Nigma's lineup at this point.
See if they can catch Sumail here in the mid. The smoke movement from Han. He's going to opt to reveal himself as Sumail steps back. Nigma Galaxy are closing in on the mid.
Han went full greedy. He went Boots of Travel. Definitely quite fragile at these moments.
They got the setup. Kisses are coming in. There's no way to get Han out of this one. Nigma Galaxy get a quick and easy kill. Can they get out though? New looking for his target. Is going to be able to get it over to the side. Backup coming in as well from Pichu and Low as they completely destroy Sumail. Now turn their attention over towards GH. Miracle's trying to help fight back as he turns towards New. Spear connection will be there. They've got the stun locked down. They'll find New as well. But Low, he's still fighting strong here under the power of the Eye of the Storm. A big nuke comes in from the side from Planet. Double kill for him. Low, he might get quite a bit of a cleanup. Miracle's gonna fall. Noob, can he even get out of it? The plasma field not gonna quite reach. Planet, has he got another stroke? Yes, but he won't manage to get the connection. I mean, Azure still as a team, just that little bit stronger than Nigma Galaxy in these early fights.
But dude, some of those strokes did an insane amount of damage. I mean, of course, mostly Low just standing in the midst of everybody, but holy moly. The turn, he actually lined it up and caught 3, I believe, during that one on that overgrowth. Nice responses. I mean, they lose Han, but beautiful rotations coming in so they can get the cleanup. Very active this morning.
Now check this out again. I mean, this, you know, as you were mentioning before, this is going to be the vulnerability of running the bots, right? You get caught in an arena spear as this Lina, you're going to die every single time. They feel that there may be Miracle turning up. They've got the potential to find a bit more out of it. But it just takes him a long time to go for New, and Low's just going completely uncontested, getting to run around the fight as he wishes.
And it's just beautiful. Look at this nuke. He actually caught 4 of them there with that stroke on top of the overgrowth. That was pretty beautiful. And they have a very strong early fighting team. And it's a lot of heal that comes in from this max leech sheet too. So it allows Low to just stand his ground on top of having all these stat items right now. Fairly tanky.
Oh, look at this bottom lane. Azure, there's no slowing down from them this game whatsoever. every single minute of play here, looking for action, and they're finding it. 10-6 now, 3K lead.
Definitely problematic for Nigma. They don't have a good answer,
Well,
it feels like,
if
for this
we're
Primal
gonna
Beast just
judge
getting on top
from
of them
the
at this
hero
point.
only,
Rubik is quite fragile.
it's
I mean,
against
it feels like
Shadow
almost
Fin,
all of them are
against
very
Razor.
fragile, even the Mars.
So we're gonna
They
fight
have to have
for
a
the
better
Shadow
way to
Fin more.
protect their
He,
backline.
he's built as a carry, like
Sumail
total
does have
hard
the flat 3
carry.
finish,
Meanwhile,
so
the
quite a
Razor
bit tankier, and he has the
sometimes
shield
he
run, so
relies
maybe in that
on
next
the
situation,
static
he
link
might be
to
able to
get the
survive, but
damage
he needs to be sitting in the back.
from
He needs to get more spell
the
frequency
enemy,
off in these team
which
fights
is
for it
a
to be
good
successful
thing
with
and
how tanky
really
the heroes
a
are
bad
getting. But
thing
they're
too.
getting,
So it's like
especially the
he
Raze and the
doesn't
Primal,
have
they're
any
getting bit too
additional
tanky too
damage
fast.
if the static link is not connected. Meanwhile, the Shadow Fin relies on the soul for the
a very
damage.
good place
So
from Azure today.
okay, and on the mid lane, it's Lina against
And it looks like
Rubik,
it's just
of
going to
course,
be, is it
just
actually going to be a
from
pipe
the
rush?
hero.
All right, it's going to be a pipe rush
Hero-wise,
from Noob. So I guess that's going to be the answer. It is a massive amount of magical damage that's coming out from Azure, but then their initiation is kind of non-existent if he does go for this route. So it's choice.
It's all about the timing.
He's expecting them to go on them.
That's the thing,
So
though.
he's going to play this defensive kind of style, which, all right, we'll see if it ends up working.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty
With the way the New has been playing, right, it does
Bottom
make sense
lane.
that he does want to do that. Pichu almost has the shard finished up on Tree and Protector also. This is very strong, especially when a team is behind, unable to afford all these sentries and stuff like that at times.
There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
One thing
Very
that
annoying
Nigma
shard.
Galaxy can do
One of the stronger things about that Tree and Protector.
for the
We'll be able to
course,
finish off that
like
RGH.
making more space and space.
Yeah, that is one thing for the lead that
There's
Azure
still hope.
have.
With
themselves
the
only managed
networks
to also
not
take
really
one tier 1 tower.
differencing.
Still,
So
the tier 1 mid and the bottom tier 1 there for the taking. So
for
very much more
some
focused
good
on the
fights,
kills,
they
Azure,
can
which is not a
really
bad
turn
thing at all. You
this
see all
game
their
on.
3 cores top net worth right now. That's for Nigma Galaxy, Sumail and Noob falling a little bit behind.
They can probably just wait until the Razor has BKB, because he's just so incredibly farmed at this point that he actually has it. So I think now that's going to be the go time, really, for Azure. Nigma trying to strike in between this, though. They do have Kisses online. They have the Mars ults.
Let's see if they can catch, and if they do want to try for Noob.
He has
No.
2200 HP.
And he's very speedy as well.
Dire's top.
I just don't even.
Three,
I mean,
two,
Do you even want to throw the arena on him? That's the question, right? If Noob was able to get the grab, do you think he does, or you don't really feel that you have the chance of killing that
I
Primal?
don't even know if they would finish him off, to be honest with you. I think it would get pretty close. And
I mean, now look at this. Now they're turning and going for it for Noob. Now look at the stroke. He's going to have to drop the arena just to
That's
try and
one
protect
good array.
himself on this one, Noob.
100 seconds.
I mean, at this point, let's try not to engage in any fight. Just farm for items
And the rest of Nigma Galaxy
or
are
just counter-attack.
moving up here, but without the arena and Azure again being quick on the moves, they're straight down bottom.
Miracle showed himself.
They kind of
showed himself
Oh
again.
no!
Yeah. Let's see if they can get the connection. Not quite with the plasma field.
Not quite.
Honestly, lucky there. I mean, if Miracle does get caught by that initial slow, almost certainly would have been going down.
New still potentially trying to find an angle, but they have the ward on the high ground there. It is spotted. It's spotted as well too. Low, he nuked, so he should be able to take out that vision that there was. And they will. Tier 2 neutrals getting picked up. What's going to be the option for Low? He gets specialist array. So more stats, more damage. 1900 HP on Agi Treads with a BKB at this point. Definitely going to be difficult for them to bring him down unless they get the initial stuns onto him. Ags also finished up on the Lina. Jaray's getting a lot of timings together right now.
No, absolutely. It's going to be crazy bursts from hand.
Yeah.
Obviously, in return, it's going to. I guess it's going to be pretty entertaining. What if Sumail gets his Ags, and then what you're able to steal from hand, then that combined with your passive, you have the spell amp is insane, right?
It is.
So if Sumail could get there,
That's a lot
definitely
later down the
potential.
line.
It is. You know, how's he doing on his Ags?
He's got good runes right now, though. He's got Arcane and an Amp damage.
Ooh, not quite able to get the connection though. Spear not able to find the angle there, unfortunately for Noob, and the arena. It was close to being back up, but only has now just come back up.
Hey, that was probably the perfect time for them to catch, because now, as you're right, they're going to strike back. They're smoking up. They're sending the Razor back to base. He has the BKB available.
Dude, they're just going for Miracle. They're going for the Twin Gate. They know that Miracle continues to farm around this bottom side of the map.
I mean, they're defending their mid tower. They're constantly living armoring it. So at this point now, Nigma's getting into a weird position where they're poking mid tower, but poking doesn't work for
Let's see, does Miracle sense that something's coming for him here? I think he does. Yeah.
He's joining his team.
Doesn't stick around any longer than he needs to. He knows with them off the map, there's a high chance they're looking for him. So he plays it safe and will be able to avoid the gang.
They might still go.
Start things onto GH. Noob, does he want to fight back? He'll turn with the spear, drop the arena. It's only going to catch on to Low, but Low's already been able to kill off GH. Now with the BKB and Static Link, he's going to be able to turn on Nigma Galaxy. They've got to run. Omar gets caught in the overgrowth. Sumail and Miracle have to bail out of that one.
Sumail?
New's trying to chase on with the ink swell. He gets the setup to follow up with the old Miracle. Is he going to be able to save him with any sort of Requiem from the side? The Requiem comes out.
It's a big one.
There's a lot of bursts with the razors coming in. They'll punish you. Miracle and Sumail able to find something in return.
They can actually hang on to this tower there too. Slight overextension comes out from New trying to punish Sumail. Might look to strike again.
They want to try and make some more plays here, Sumail and Miracle.
And Miracle has that stack of lasting presence, so he is hitting hard, and he's got the grow bow. They'll give the respect. They won't go for him.
A little bit of something in return there for Nigma Galaxy, and obviously the big one being able to save Sumail from that aggressive dive from New. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to look for the fight.
Oh, it's low. He's less than half HP right now. Getting healed up from the Leech Seed. This is just constant fighting, Owen. 20 minutes, 13-7. Both teams just looking to just duke it out versus each other. Miracle, he'll move away. He is under vision of that ward, though, so they will be completely aware of where the SF is at the moment. So it looks like, will they take advantage of that? It does look like they want to. Lina now has Shard also, so on top of that, Ags, more damage. Does definitely make your spells very nice at this point in the game, and he does have his neutral, which once again gets he can cast Ranger spell in.
To win fights, but still,
we'll find out in a second here.
I don't think that this is not really
Planet.
bad.
Careful.
On the other side, it's pretty good for Nigma Galaxy. Just move slowly and very carefully.
Planet trying to get the Ags online as soon as possible.
Radiant's mid tower.
Sure, why not? I mean, this is just how he plays the hero, right? This is just how Planet always plays it. So why not versus SF? You'll get the aura.
Just like counter attack again.
You can just get a free shard. He is pretty rich.
Engage.
Gotta be honest with you, with Planet this game, having a hell of a time with that Stroke of Fate tacit. It does so much damage when you hit multiple targets.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Dude, level 20.
Level 20.
Level 20. I mean, you definitely take
Level
that
20.
talent, right?
At this point, whatever. That'll take some time, but either way, yeah, it's doing quite a bit. That's for sure. And now he's got the shard, so he's got an easy. Well, he can't pop it obviously, but he's got an easier way to save his teammates. GH.
Damn.
Look at that Laguna for the illusion. Oh dear. What messed up. It's okay.
I mean, they're not afraid of a fight, Nigma Galaxy.
No,
though.
I mean, and
they're seeing if they can get someone just, you know, stepping that little bit away from the rest of the team.
And they're kind of closing that lead. It's only like 3K, now it's down to 1K whenever Miracle is able to just back up and get that farm going, so. Although Azure still has an advantage, Nigma's still getting stuff on the map. And now they do have that blink to actually start fights for themselves, because it did feel a little weird playing that full defensive route. So Pipe, he's got blink. See who they can catch.
Here's the smoke. Nigma Galaxy. Feels strong. They got the wombo combo.
He wants a different spell, but see if they can catch this fragile Lina in particular, or in the Razor pre.
Han.
He's got
him. Now put a stop to the TP. Lowe's going to be there to try and help out. Han will turn with the Light Strike Array. The kisses are coming in. Han, he's getting left behind on this one. Low does not want to stick around. At the same time in the mid, GH seeing if he can set something up here for Miracles. Miracles heading up. New has to put the BKB to get away from this.
Oh, this is big stuff here from Nigma. They also have the Stolen Stun on Rubik, one of the better normal spells you can get in this game. The area of effect increasing makes this stun massive.
Push coming in from Miracle down the mid. Fortification is out from Azure. Still 25 seconds without Han.
They've got the buff ups for him too. The Solar Crest is done. The drum is finished on GH. They've got a mech in the back with the pipe as well. So Miracle definitely feeling strong if he's got his allies around him. And without that BKB on New, they can't look for a fight on Azure.
Yeah, and getting this pressure. I mean, taking a tier 2, 23 minutes in. You know, you look back to earlier where Azure had only been able to take one tier 1 tower, it's still the case. Nigma Galaxy still having their tier 1s on the mid lane and the bottom lane, despite Azure having that whole early game where they were, you know, that little bit ahead in gold. They just weren't able to get the objectives with it.
And Azure having the tree protector, right there, that's like usually allows you to defend some of these towers quite a bit easier, but Blink is finished up on Pichu, so now, I mean, more easier ways of jumping in, even
I
controlling
thought
some of these
because we already
he's got
see
Manta. What?
Primal Beast
I don't
on
know,
it, so
like
I always
Azure
thought that
did
this
basically
Primal
no
Beast
building
is not
damage, so I
so.
don't know how they got the tier 1 top, unless it was all creeps.
It was almost
Was it
all creeps.
literally all creeps?
Yeah,
it was actually all
it was
there.
running the way.
We just had it confirmed. So they've not even taken the tower, it's just been the creeps.
Taking a lot here.
Get the stun out. And then they put the Requiem as well. They can just turn straight to 1 and see if they can burst through. And they really get slayed down, but New, he's going to get caught by the stun. New will fall. The offlaners trade their lives.
They're getting scared, though. They're backing away. They've got a Blink Overgrowth, but they're scared of Miracle right now. He's got the Manta to play around it, and Roche potentially on the horizon now for Nigma. After
I think
all the ults were used, all the BKBs were used.
I mean, New's out the game. Sure, you don't have Noob, but I feel like seeing as it's on your side of the map as well, Roche, they can just walk in and take this.
Yep, and they're going to do it pretty quick, too. With that aura, they still have one lasting presence. They have this little shredder, too.
The dire work.
Just that pretty quick. Stolen spell CD now for Sumail as well. He's hit one of the big levels on the mid Rubik. 15 is online.
Yeah.
And Miracle's getting close to 20.
Well, there we go.
Starting to do it.
Han was able to finally get that tier 1 mid, but I really thought that the lack of being able to push the towers early, despite the lead, I think definitely hurt Azure.
No, absolutely. And also, like that last fight, they threw so much onto GH, and he just tanked pretty much everything as this Enchantress, so have to find a better target. I think he also linked the Enchantress, so
This is a bit risky. Low
he's
farming.
so far off.
BKB's on cooldown. I don't think you want to be doing this, Bob.
What?
That's
Playing
a
too
rough
far.
move there. That even though the game is close, look at the gold is pretty much even. If your carry's doing that, the team communication feels like it's probably breaking down.
Yeah, I mean, that's especially since they just roast. You know they can just take the portal, kind of wrap behind you, and that tier 1's right there for the TP. That is a very strange position with no BKB up. And with 0 people behind him.
There's nobody there. You haven't got your own tower. There's no way for team to come in with backup. That's, a bit of a mistake there from Low that it's definitely going to hurt them.
It's a pretty massive mistake, really. Like, Miracle keeps the presence stacks going. They're getting another push going.
This should be another tier 2, I think. I don't think Azure is going to be in any sort of shape to defend this one.
On the
And
tower,
Miracle
it's not
with
really
Groba,
happening.
with Pike, he's got so many ways to play around the Razor at this point too. So I saw Low, he linked that Enchantress in the last fight, probably because he just feels like he can't get to Miracle also.
Tower's getting beat down.
I don't know, for a game that there's only a 1k gold difference in, it certainly feels that
feel
Nigma
more
Galaxy have way more than the gold shows in terms of an advantage here.
The Ags is done for Sumail too.
So if they can get Noob. It's a good opening. The burst, good chain stun. Noob will get the pipe out, but they've got the grab to take him down. Noob will fall.
Lil goes out of position last time, this time Noob. A little bit isolated from the team while they're getting the push going. They got, what, half 8 damage onto the tower bottom, but there is a tree, so it can't just get healed up.
Actually, that's a bit position
See what else they
coming
can
from
get out
the
of that on
Mars.
Azure, right? 30 seconds, no Mars. Even though they're playing into Aegis,
The
they want to
Mars,
capitalize
I
a bit
thought
off of it.
that-
Han,
I
need
bet
the BKB.
He's gonna join the
Show
team,
himself in the mid.
but he took the mid lane
Doesn't look like they'll be able to get
mid-road
anything. The warning so
and not
far
on
from Nigma
jungle,
has
so
been pretty on point this game. Look at the
it's
vision
like
they've got. They've got great
100% is
control,
all
great
wrong.
understanding of the positioning
and the damage
on the
coming
map
from
right now
Azure
because of
is
these.
more than enough to destroy a mere Mars. Not really a god. But again, it's 4 seconds until the
See what
Mars
the
is
play's going to be
in.
now with
Maybe they
Noob being
can
back in the game.
really make it
Nigma
into
Galaxy.
high ground this time.
I think get Miracle
Because
20 and
Miracle
group
is
up and go.
still
He just got Defiant Shell
Having
2,
the Aegis
so even tankier.
in
And he's about to
possession,
have
so
that
it's
damage
2
per
minutes
soul.
mark
So can probably just
until
trade.
very
Aegis
close to full
expiration
day this
date.
one.
Yeah, he
So
can probably just
of
trade
course
versus the
they're gonna
Razor. He also has the
hurt
Vlads. I
somebody
think
on
one
the
more
top
bite a bit
lane.
early. He can probably just attack him. So the Ags is
You
also
have
finished
to
for
wait.
Planet, so we'll have to see how much the Dark Portrait's able to do.
Yeah, the
Miracle.
draft is not really preferable.
He's got the 2 minutes of Aegis, so he's happy to sort of tank the brunt of the attack. That's him gone once.
Okay.
Where's the team ready to help him
Where's
out
the
here for
team?
round two?
Where's
I'd
the
imagine.
team?
Miracle's able to slide away. Apple comes in for Noob. The BKB's out there. In on top of Miracle. They've got the static link going. This is a good start to the fight here for Low. He's in onto the SF. They bring Miracle down. They turn towards Noob. That's what Azure were looking for. A fight that Nigma Galaxy, I think they sort of felt that they could take that with the way that Miracle was trying to start things off there with that Aegis loss. Can they actually get the rest of them out here? Azure might even clean up some further kills. Mail able to get stolen plasma field to slow them down in return.
The link.
It's going to be Low staying on top of him. There's nothing else ready for Nigma Galaxy to be able to keep him off. They're trying to separate some out from them, but they can't. And New, he's got the off back up. He's going to be able to grab Omar as well. Only GH to live. I mean, it's a crazy game. It's back
It's a
and
nuts
forth.
game,
I mean,
super
that
back
one,
and forth.
as I said, you've got to only imagine Nigma Galaxy. That was them intending to fight, right? Miracle's farming the triangle. He has his Aegis.
Yeah.
It's too Noob isn't there. It was way too aggressive from Miracle playing up on the high ground.
If
I
I'm
mean,
not
we can sort of see,
mistaken,
like, on
also
replay, stuff
I
like that.
bet the
Noob was, I
Shadow Fin
believe, like,
saw
above
the
the tier
trend
1
protector
area
on the jungle,
that
so
top,
that's
so he
why
had this, like, look
he
where Noob
thought
is and
that
look where
he's
Miracle
gonna
is.
one-kill the trend
That is just
protector.
way too aggressive.
Little
They're
did he
not
know
ready
that
for
it's
this fight
a
properly.
bait,
Maybe
it's
some
a trap.
communication error or something.
Meanwhile,
but
the
Mars is
Nigma
just
Galaxy
nowhere near the
team,
realms of
they
the
were
fight,
so
and
far
Miracle's
away
almost
apart
dead
from
before he gets there.
Miracle, so
that's very true. He didn't even have the Daedalus delivered out to him.
just slowly,
in that fight,
guys,
so he had
just-
effectively like
just
3,000 gold just up in the
fight.
ether that he didn't have on him.
Please.
So yeah, bit of a mistakes from both sides
Yep.
in this game. But hey, that makes for great entertainment, great cinema, as the kids say. So we'll see where this one goes. 5k lead now for Azure.
That was right when they're getting so much momentum and just quickly smacked back down. He can't be the first one to lead like that on the Shadow Fiend. Even with the Aegis, until he has
because
BKB.
Nigma Galaxy, the
If you have
only
BKB in that
one
situation,
that
then
can
perhaps
deal
he can play
damage is only
that
the
distance
Shadow
from
Fiend.
his allies, but
And
Noob is just
sometimes,
nowhere near the realms.
occasionally,
So
if the
after
road
that,
picks
Yeah, Azure's
getting
ready to
good
try and
skill.
strike again. They're going to go straight away with the grab onto GH. Look to burst through, and they will. My goodness, the damage from Han, it's pretty huge. Now they've got the Soulbind out onto the both of them. Low's ready to start charging in under the tower and using as well on top of the SF. There's no way to get them off, and Miracle falls. Noob to go down as well. Azure really getting the momentum going now off the back of that mistake around the triangle top, and then just turning that a huge team fight win into another clean team fight where they don't lose anybody on Azure. They're really
Ooh,
pumping
and
up
I
the
get
lead
him
now.
scepter
Two
from
fights back to
Green
back. It's
Stroke
right after Noob gets the Blink
damage
Dagger.
on
And he
the
can just
Shadow
jump,
Fiend.
grab a target, pulverize, the Ink Swell follows up pretty much perfectly, and then they just have the synergy. They pretty much lose a hero instantly on Nigma 2 times back to back in those fights. Now Gem was taken away, I think, 2 in that fight, so that's an insane amount of gold swing. 2 huge back-to-back fights dominated from Azure. I think full items now coming out for quite a bit of heroes. Yeah,
I am
Sun
a bit
just finished
lost.
up
Some
for Nero,
Miracle was
almost
farming on the
SNY.
high ground and
Titanic's
got
done
caught
for
by the
low,
enemy
120 on
team.
him.
So
Somewhere in
the
these team fights to keep Miracle safe.
he's
They
not
need to have
really
moved in better
farming.
position,
It
I have to be
seems
honest.
like,
He
well,
has not really been there
he
for a lot
intended
of
to
them.
farm,
0 and 8 is
but
really
then
struggling
he
this
saw
time
the
around.
trend protector on the jungle, so he decided to not farm, but catch the trend protector instead. But right behind the trend protectors, all of the
Sumail was
Azure
considering to try to go for a
team
steal there, but
offering
would've
for the
probably
trend
gotten killed.
protector, so that's why he messed up on the jungle.
Nice spell combo.
And
He has now become
he's all alone.
Primal, but definitely not
The one
abilities
that
he would want in
really
this game.
tailing the Shadow Fiend is the Enchantress
Let's see if they can
GH,
get
but
a fight on
GH
their
is
terms
way
again on
too
this side of
far
Nigma,
to,
'cause, yeah, those two
like
back-to-back
maybe
fights, it's
3
pretty- yeah,
seconds
it was a
from
12K
Shadow
gold
Fiend.
swing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
12K gold swing,
Azure
And
I mean,
the rest
a
of
pretty
the
massive
team
XP swing
too
as well.
from the top lane. Last pick Rubik
A
is
lot of
not
money
too
here.
good.
What Han's got 3k gold in the bank, ready
Well,
to go towards his
Rubik-
next item.
And Planet just continues to get the double dark
Rubik,
portraits. He's always
if-
going to get
if
this
you're
at this
playing
point too,
public
because
match,
he's
it's
got
okay
this
to pick
primal
Rubik.
beast that just leads the charge for him. He's hit 15, so he's got
And
the
let's say that
one
I
of
know
my favorite
with
kind
the
of
Fat Bolt,
talents as well for the Grim,
Fat
the
Bolt
Soulbind spell
skill
damage for
with the
everybody. So
current
all their
update
double, all their
too.
spells on the
Fat
Soulbind does
Bolt.
crazy amount of damage.
Enlarge the area,
Bad shape.
also the damage,
they-
right?
because
But
she's got
again,
some
that's
insane
only
amounts of
happening if you're
burst
playing
damage that-
against the
Nigma Galaxy at the moment. I mean, when it comes
minus
to kind
all
of sustained
skill
damage output in
something,
the
no
fights,
cooldown.
It's not mostly,
But
it's
it's,
almost 90% miracle. Yeah.
And then
competitive,
if Sumail
it's a
can get some crazy
tournament,
steals,
so
but
Not been the case. He had the stun. The light striker is like the best
honestly,
kind of thing
I'm
that he's been able to really steal for
I'm
the
not
most part.
liking
And it's
this
just hard with
Rubik
Azure having the heroes that they do
as the
when
mid
you
lane.
kind of consider both Newt
even
and
even
Low.
if he's
Both-
staying
all of
as
these
the,
fights,
as
these
the
two heroes, they're just
support,
on top of you.
Yeah,
he
So as an
relies
SF, it's pretty much a
on
nightmare.
the
As a
item,
Rubik trying to make
on the
cool,
enemy
cute plays,
skills.
it's
That's
incredibly
why.
difficult.
I mean, and the two supports have blink daggers. They're huge. Sumail's level 16, Treant Protector 17, and Grimstroke 16.
Look at
so
that
they're pretty much the same
level,
as
yeah.
That's rough.
16 on the Rubik, and Protector is
Looking to
17.
go. New Inkswell again, straight in. Needs the catch.
Is there anywhere to save him? I don't think so. Sumail, they'll try and fall to the side, has a telekinesis, but there's no escape for him as New takes him down again. They'll push the tier 2 tower here, Azure. Nigma Galaxy, how can they slow this down?
I'm really enjoying watching Azure when they do have like aggressive heroes. You know, yesterday they had, I just don't really like this Medusa pause 4 thing, but I just like seeing Planet being able to play aggressive with New, and this lineup thrives with it. With the Primal Grim, you can see why they wanted to pick this up so early. The first 2 picks in the draft are doing
Planet.
so much here. Planet.
He's come back to mess around with Miracle, and Miracle will be able to quickly deal with the Inkswell target. And he's thinking about just throwing the Requiem down to stop them from being able to chase on.
Oh,
Planet can't
Grimstroke
die to the illusions.
is a boss.
Very close to going down.
That damage.
Miracle was expected Hang to, you know, flame cloak over and
The
probably
dark
go for some type
portrait
of stun
coming
there.
from
So defensive
Grimstroke.
play. No Requiem now for the fight.
If he's lucky to get the
Did he commit
portrait
his
of the
gold
Shadow
yet on the
Fin,
SF? I haven't seen.
it's like auto
Almost
win.
has the BKB.
Auto win for
Lotus now finished up.
Azure. Just
Is
mirror
that on
an image,
is that on
a
Noob or
portrait
GH?
from Shadow Fin can really destroy the
Sorry.
Snapfire
Oh my God,
enchantress.
Lotus,
Even the Rubik
So at least
as a
they
mid
have some way to
laner,
protect
maybe for Mars
potentially
is a bit
versus some of these
tougher, but
grabs,
still,
particularly that pulverize.
it's because the damage coming from the Shadow Fin and
Definitely
the
going to be even
items.
around the high ground defense. I feel like for Azure, they can still break into the high ground pretty confidently off the back of like a good initiation from New or from Low, just BKBing and running up past the tier 3s.
There's just no BKB disable to stop this pulverize is the problem. So New, if he sees his target, he just blink BKB pulverizes his target.
They just go straight for GH. They see this Enchantress, they delete him every time.
Nicely from Han there too. Nukes into instant Dragon Slave, so no steal there coming up from Sumail. And a very nice ward they've got on that high ground. Can they actually kill this one? They should be somewhat aware that it's there after that kill. But this could catch Nigma off guard maybe.
Nigma, without GH for 30 seconds, do they try and fight with just the 4 of the Nukes headed in? Get the opening up to Low, Kiss is coming in, it's a lot of burst below Then Miracle just evaporates on the front lines. He's dead for 80 seconds, no buyback for him.
News just got his number.
Okay.
And what, 4 fights seems
Why
like
the
in a row
Shadow
that this
Fin's
Primal
there?
Beast just is
Why?
able to freely grab someone and they just delete him almost
I
instantly.
bet he wants a
Straight over
Requiem
towards the mid.
60
under
seconds
the
there.
arena
It's a
effect,
long
but
time.
the Grimstroke.
It's
It's the
up the
Grimstroke.
BKB.
Did.
So it doesn't have the buyback, and as we saw, didn't get the chance to get that BKB off in the fight.
Don't think they got the Lotus onto him either. He's checking Omar. I don't think he was able to get that before any of the spells came out. Not great execution in these last 4 fights, it feels like, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the new Primal, as you say,
Yeah,
is
so
the
good.
is the standout here.
And it really was like literally when he got the blink was when they went for that high ground trench triangle thing. And I think it kind of caught them a little off guard because he was just blink, BKB, pulverize the target, and there was just really no answer.
Fully blade on Low. We've seen already how insane the burst has been when they get any sort of grab. And whoever they catch, and they're already dead. Now they're going to be doubly dead.
It's going to be another 1 or 2 fights.
Roshan, I mean, Nigma
Let's
Galaxy
see.
looks like they're thinking
Fingers
about
crossed.
trying to take a bit of a risk. Head over
Maybe
towards the pit.
Nigma
Miracle will be
Galaxy,
back up
maybe
in a
they have
second.
Not full
nothing.
souls though, but it's probably a risk they have to take.
The scans, if they know that they're there.
It's gonna die. Miracle's TPing.
I mean, it's going to be close. Just the catch on a News, see if they can deal with the Primal Beast first. They've got the cookie as well. They'll be able to take down News. Miracle steps across. The arena for News going to be able to catch them all and bring down a second. Meteor Buyback's coming out here. Requiem comes in.
That became-
He's dead. Miracle's going to get forced out to the side. Can he escape hand trying to find him? Light Strike regular with a bit of advantage dodge. It's there. Doesn't matter. New comes crashing back in off the back of the buyback. They head over and they should be able to clean up Nigma Galaxy.
That should be it. 80 seconds. Sumail actually got the steal on the pulverize there, so that was the one thing they could do to stop that initiation from the Primal, but Low, he's too much of a monster at this point. He just gets on top of Miracle. There's no getting away from him.
Yeah, Low's it's quite a crazy situation this game. That one death was just that one
The
mistake.
team-
That
It really was. Just
It-
one.
The
he had
heroes
one
are
bad
not
moment.
really
Outside
strong
of that,
enough
it's
to
been
fight
perfect.
against
5-1 and
Azure.
21 on this safe lane Razor.
Hey, Razors looks like he's winning again. 100% win rate, I think we saw before this game started. And looks like it's continuing that trend. 45 seconds. Nigma not tapping out just yet.
Dyer's mid-rags ain't around.
We'll see if they get the chance to
Look
have
at
one more
the
fight.
kill depth assist. 0,
Tier 3.
0, 10, 9.
One down. Another grab, GH.
Right in the
gone.
face.
Final glyph.
I've got one more fight here.
BKB and 15 on Razor.
25k lead for Azure Ray. They've got everything they could hope for. Nigma Galaxy.
All right, Miracle's back. Let's see what he can do.
It's one more fight.
Can they push him off this Rax?
S5 versus 5.
And how do you? Gonna start poking.
But Miracle, I bet he doesn't have
Dispel
that
that ink
soul
swell. Doesn't matter.
So
Low,
there's
able to
not
reset
enough.
away.
damage.
Still have 3 minutes left on the Aegis.
They
60
do.
Just
seconds
gonna
for
farm for a
refresh.
while.
Could just go straight back in. We'll see how chill Azure Ray want to take this.
Can just wait 60 seconds. Or just stay in this
Hello,
area and
hello,
then wait a couple
Adindio.
seconds for the creep waves to come back. Because Trio, it's back up in 40.
Adindio,
Refresh
my
is back up pretty much in
favorite
50. So linger in this area. You know they're stuck in the base
On the
anyway.
brink of
And they can probably
destruction.
have to close it out. Almost 25 as well on the Razor. So maybe just finish up those few
Look
items that they are
at
about to finish.
that. Why
Because I believe
Lina?
Shivas is on the horizon too.
Lina, Razor, and Shadowfin. Shadowfin? Wow, I mean,
Not usually the
I bet
talent you see at 25, but
just
since
now
he's
we
playing
got
full spellcaster
level
Lina,
up.
does make sense.
It's like the
Getting ready for
Shadowfin's
the push
carrying
once
team.
more. Hans bringing in the top lane.
Of course, it's a hard carry.
Still
though.
seeing if he could catch anyone off guard, actually.
Everything's up. Refresher in 10. Overgrowth's back.
Yeah, Low can just go charging in.
Level 20 on this Train Protector as well, too. So the living armor bonus is pretty crazy. 18 bonus armor on this already absurdly tanky
I will
Razor.
totally
That's
ban
gonna
the
be a pretty
Grimstroke
painful
after this
upcoming
match.
fight, I feel, for
butter.
Nigma Galaxy.
If
Full
I was
butterfly,
cool.
no MKBs. Who do they catch?
And in they go. So Mel's going to be able to dodge new for now. We'll get away from this. GH is going to get bumped up by the pipe. They'll drop the arena, but Low's in. He's straight into a middle. The double Laguna comes out. That's going to be Omar dead for good. He's out for 50. Pulverize off to Miracle from you. He's got buyback available, Miracle. Will use it straight away. But they've lost Samel.
Logo.
Also out without buyback. Low indeed getting away with moving in and out of the fountain. It's over. GG is called. Azure Ray. They come in pretty hard in this game one. This is what you want to see from the both.
Yeah, couple little slip-ups, but overall throughout the game, they had a pretty good control of it, especially behind the back of New and Planet. I think these two made so many plays around the map that allowed Low to just become this monstrosity on the Razor. I'll give Han some credit too. He didn't end up having a rough game.
Okay. Okay. Well, to be fair, just to be fair, again, I'm gonna just do something like a newbie analyze do well here. Team Nigma Galaxy, they're doing good until on the mid lane here. On the mid lane, on the middle game, I mean. The middle game still they're doing pretty good until they realize that the Shadowfin is the only one that can deal a lot of damage for Team Azure. Meanwhile, when we drag the game again to the late game, like 30 minutes more or so, the Razor, Lina especially, they already have a lot of items. And look at this. Ooh, 21. Even the train protector, the train protector has more level than Nigma Galaxy's offlaner and the mid laner. Unfortunately, it's not working with Rubik's Strat. I want to see Rubik group. This one is Rubik. So Rubik Stone spells also have lower mana. Casting a spell temporarily increase the area effect. So let's say that I wonder where is what's this Rubik Arcane accumulation. Casting a spell temporarily increase the area of effect. It's also the temporary, so it's not really good. Well, so far 0-1 for Team Nigma Galaxy. I really hope that they can really take a look at the signature heroes from the enemies. It's like I bet Nigma Galaxy they didn't know anything about the signature heroes of Azure. They didn't really see it coming about the Grimstroke straight with the combination with the Primal Beast. After all, the Grimstroke is like the best combo ever happened to an initiator hero. I'm not saying that it will be Primal Beast, it can be Mars, it can be a lot of heroes that really can initiate with the Inkswell, so the Silence and the ult. And also the Stroke of Fate. What's the asset? Grim Stroke. This one, the fine art, so can be victor targeted. So just by picking one Stroke of Fate, he can really stack a lot of camps, especially on the triangle. So first, the draft is good coming from the Azure. The second, they farm really well with a lot of camps, and also the aggressiveness coming from the combo. And the fourth one is damage, of course. It's like they have the perfect defense, also the perfect offense. From the early, they can really launch an aggressive movement on since the early on the three three lanes. Where is the tournament? Oh, this one.
Mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Wait a second, let me take my phone first. It's raining here. I hope it's not blackout. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I don't usually put my headphones on, but since it's raining, I wish the the rain sounds not really audible to the record, to the live stream, but yeah. Is it here or not yet? Okay. Oh my god. Why? Why? I feel so bad. No, not like this. Where is? I just took a peek to the official. Oh my god. Let's just pray.
Cheater, we are also slowly getting away from the aura meta, I would say, from the off lane. But Pipe is a very expensive item. You didn't have that good of a game, so your Blink Dagger is going to come in super late. We haven't seen also the pairing. This was the after on 14 and 15. They did pick the Snapfire plus Mars. This is the combo that you want to see. Haven't seen it throughout the
Well,
whole
again,
game pretty much.
let's talk about the previous draft. I'm sorry. So, actually, not only me, but there's a lot of fans out there that's pretty excited about seeing the Shadowfin pick. Of course, because they and me, of course, because we already know how wonderfully Miracle's playing that hero. But on the other side, Shadowfin is a mere Shadowfin. He stands alone. I mean, of course, Dota is a team, is a game team. So if the Shadowfin is really that kind of boss rate, so the only one to destroy the Shadowfin is by doing a lot of combo, a lot of team fights, and that's what happened on the previous match. Well, Azure, they have a really solid damage, also the magic damage, both the physical and the magic damage, also the combo coming in, also the timing, of course, and they have really clear timeline about when to farm, when to fight. Also, they know what to prioritize on the damage, who to catch, who to kill. And meanwhile, Nigma Galaxy, well, the Shadowfin first pick is unordinary, of course. It has, okay, it's clockwork, so GH clockwork now. I'm having a bit hope for GH clockwork because he's so famous with this clockwork pick. Okay, back to the match one. Yeah, when you pick a core on the first pick, of course, I know it's like a common knowledge about Dota's ban pick session, so you will expect the enemy to counter you, and while they decide on the Shadowfin as the first pick, it means that they are confident enough to bring this Miracle Shadowfin as the first frontliner upon protecting the whole team. I mean, it's for the ban pick phase, of course. And that's actually pretty good. If the backliner, the next hero that they pick, are equally strong as the Shadowfin, or even, I'm not saying that they are really physically strong. I mean, maybe they can really counter, like bringing 1 versus 1. Let's say that I'm gonna pick someone like Nyx, maybe Nyx just to kill the Grimstroke, or just break the whole operation, like the Razor. You know that the static link, something, the thunder circle. The Nyx is pretty good to fight against the Azure on the previous match. So let's say, the Enchantress is good if you were able to get the right creep to support your support, of course, because as we already know that Enchantress, she doesn't have any disable skill. The only one that really disabling but not really disabling is the Ancient, the slow coming from the second skill, and usually the Ancient is not really effective. I mean, it's not like the long time slowing, and they really need someone that can really stun, right? Someone please ban Rubik for me. Rubik, why Rubik? And the last pick also, the most devastating one is the Rubik pick. Why? You know, it's like okay. Let's just recall the whole moment. Okay, so the first one is the Shadow Wind. Oh, it's looking good, right? And then there comes the Enchantress also, and the next one is the Snapfire, yeah. And then the Mars. Okay, it's looking good. And then right when we saw the Rubik, oh my goodness, and it's up against Lina. Even if Azure, they thought that the Shadow Fin is going to be Sumel's hero, but no, it's still, well, yeah. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it this way. Just put it this way that the Shadow Fin is Sumel's on the previous match, and maybe Nigma Galaxy, they can really pick someone, maybe like I know that the Morphling is banned also. Maybe they can proceed with AM, or maybe the, what can I say, Luna is also good on the previous match. Okay, it's Luna here. All right. Oh, so which one is GH? Clockwork or Phoenix? Well, the previous draft coming from Azure was way too strong against Nigma Galaxy's draft, so they can really hold the match until somehow the late game. But when it comes to building items on their Azure, we're not really surprised that Azure is gonna nail the match, because the items build in and the skills build in, of course. So yeah, please, just please. And maybe you already know that I'm not a fan of Razor. Razor is not really a full hard carry. He relies really well on the static link, so he doesn't have any stun. He's like, I don't know what to say about Razor. So it's not like when you compare a Razor with another hard carry, let's say the Shadowfin or the Luna here, Terrorblade maybe, AM and more playing. Razor is like just a mere lower level of hard carry. So the reason why this Razor he can deal a lot of damage is because the other 4 heroes on his team are doing very good against Nigma Galaxy's heroes. So, well, let's move on from the match 1. So I'm trying to forget about the match 1, and also the positioning. Yeah, like 3 times already. The Shadowfin, also the Mars, they place the heroes. It's not really an appropriate spot, so they got caught very easily. But yeah, let's move on. I'm sorry. Okay, guys, welcome to the match 2 of Nigma Galaxy versus Azure for Pgl Wallachia 2024 season 2. Okay, breathe in, breathe out now, breathe in. We gonna see the band here: Puck, Tusker, Alchemist, Medusa, Nature, Prophet, Husker, and also the Shadow Demon, the Sniper, Invoker, Lesrock, Weaver. Why you been Weaver? Weaver. Oh, yeah, very good lah. I don't think that Azure is gonna pick Weaver, but they save our heart. Just please, Nigma Galaxy, don't pick another Weaver carry. Yeah, and then the Art Spirit. Enigma Galaxy, there is something interesting in this draft, the Clockwork and the Phoenix, as we already know that these two heroes are very good on the hand of GH. So, which one is GH hero? Is it the Clockwork or the Phoenix? Meanwhile, on the Azure, there are two very annoying, like not really the Clockwork Phoenix style annoying, but still annoying. The supports is the Dark Willow. It's like the Bramble Maze, also the Crown. So the Terrorize is basically just disable everything that you want to do. Of course, the Disruptor, let's say that the Phoenix diving away and Disruptor gonna claims. Also, the silence within the area of Static Storm. A Disruptor is personally my favorite hero, and he's also the one that kind of underappreciated on the same term as the Dreamstroke, but still it's devastating too. And the Dark Willow too. Of course, I wouldn't say much about Beastmaster. Beastmaster is like we really often to see Beastmaster in this patch, so the one thing that you can really avoid is the bird and the drum. So got the Aghanim's Razor. We already saw in the previous match the Razor. Oh goodness. Oh, she's Sand King. Okay. So it will be Visage. It's the Visage of Laner, and of course it's Sumail Sand King, right? It's a bit better. It's a bit better than the previous match, of course. Let's just say someone can really catch the Razor. Clockwork, maybe it's gonna be GH. Let's say that Luna, well, okay. I'm having contemplation here about the draft. It's Lina again. This game will be easy for Nigma. I hopefully hope so. Oh, it's Omar Clockwork. Okay, I don't know. Nigma Galaxy, Omar Clockwork, Miracle, Luna, GH Phoenix, and the Noob, Visage, Sumail Sand King, and the Azure. They have new Beastmaster, Planet Dark Willow, and Razor, Disruptor, and Handling.
Or anything, but they have to hit a very strong timing with Noob on this Visage, get the auras, do some Roshan, and then run down the map with Luna as well. I just feel like their coordination right now for this type of lineup just hasn't been there for me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would want to see how Noob is going to do on Visage, because he was a mid laner. These are not like micro type of heroes that he does play, so definitely not gonna feel like 33 Visage or any of the other experts, I would say. So looking forward to see what he's gonna do. They do have a strong lane.
I was going to say strong lane with the clock, so they can
yeah,
get him.
it's a simple lane to play. You know, if Clockwork gets in a good spot, he traps him inside of the cogs. It's kind of a guaranteed kill. But I'm slightly leaning towards Azure this time, even though Nigma Galaxy, they have a super strong draft that can hit the time and can, you know, they can be the one controlling Roshan.
To be precise, I think Nigma Galaxy, they're gonna rely on the AoE.
Luna, you're never gonna like
AoE
damage
damage
for draft.
or the Supernova.
I pretty much agree.
Also
There's
the
not much more to say here. Like, you have the timing for
Eclipse,
Nigma,
the
and outside of
Epicenter,
that,
Sandstorm,
like,
the
Azure
Roll
Ray,
Strike.
I really just want to see what Han wants to do on this
Also,
Lina yet again.
the
He got first
Visage
blood
is
before,
like,
so
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
it's the
that can
additional
happen.
damage.
Had to get off to a strong start
So-
to kind of, you know, have that game that he did. But
Okay.
you saw there with the tip and things like that, he's obviously
Okay, it's
confident
like
on this
50-50.
hero. This is
Yeah, I
something
think-
we
but-
hadn't seen before. So.
I don't
The
know.
game for the team. Rest of the team is gonna do the trick, kill everything else. a comfort choice for this Lina, considering that
Yeah.
they did just win the game. There were better options in the pool, but they wanted him to feel better in the game, knowing that so far he was the one struggling the most in the team.
And I think on Nigma, the Luna needs to be protected more than Miracle did in the last game.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So thanks a lot as always, gentlemen. We're ready to get into the game, so we're going to throw it over to the casters. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Richard. Yes, time to get ready into the action of Game 2. Folks, we're getting some similar calls coming out from Azure, which I think is only going to be good news for them, right? They get the Han Lina, who had a great game, as the panel was just talking about in the last game. And I think the big one really being Low getting Razor,
again,
a hero that just literally doesn't lose at this tournament so far, Vogt.
That's definitely going to be the biggest test, I would say, to see if Nigma's going to be able to answer that one. I would say their draft is a lot better in terms of overall, like, kind of scaling this time around. It still is slightly for Protect 1 with the Luna, but I would say Luna can do a bit more if she does get left alone and stuff like that. So just to get that farm going. So could get protection, or could get taken out, but I want to see just more protection to set up Miracle for success, because he had, what, 3-4 deaths in the laning phase.
Well, look
he
at this.
Like 10 deaths early. They're getting off the bat immediately.
We saw what last game, Azure set up for quite a sneaky first blood. This time it's Nigma Galaxy striking from a position that you would not expect.
Ooh, Sumail does not get the last hit, though. Noob does get it, which will help him at least in aggro on that lane, but ideally you want to give it to that mid, like we saw Han have it last time, I believe. Either way. That lane is still going to be a bit difficult, I would say, for Sumail playing versus the Lina. We'll see how he ends up doing in it. Yeah, getting off to a good start, and he's going to immediately bring a Bracer up top.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see, I mean, overall, how Noob ends up doing. I'm going to talk a bit about him just because I think that last game, I don't want to blame him, obviously, entirely, because it was a team kind of thing, but he had a really rough game. So I just want to see much better stuff coming out from him this time.
I was gonna say, did you check how many games he's played on?
I'll check really fast.
I'm having a look right now.
You got it? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, because it just,
Don't forget
we
to
always
drink,
think about
guys.
Noob, and he's like the mid player who goes for, the snaps and the primals and stuff. So definitely a bit of a different kind of approach for him. Good damage being brought out for Low.
No, is it, at least on one of his profiles, it's only showing 2 games of Visage.
Okay.
But okay, that's in pro games. So in pro games, he's played 2 games and he did win both of them.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So there you go.
Hyper.
And then in terms of his main profile, 44 games, 54% win rate. So definitely by far not one of his most played.
They should have this. There's the stick charges, but I don't know if it's enough to save Low.
Bam!
It is
Now assumption comes through and he is gone. So yeah, Noob, the win rate's good on this hero. And he's off to a fantastic start.
Absolutely. Exactly what you want for Visage early. Get these early kills, get these early stat items so you can keep that spam going. He still has double mango. The null is going to be coming out too. So yeah, perfect kind of start. And Disruptor, I don't know how much he actually helps up here for the Razor. That's the one thing. Sometimes, it's like you have like a Treant Protector, someone to soak some of these spells. Disruptor is fragile. Likely to just die if you do get caught inside of any of these spells.
Yeah.
This lane could be a bit difficult for Low.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be difficult if they start falling behind. Because if they didn't have kind of these early deaths and they're able to play from ahead, then I guess you've got pretty good setup from Pichu to allow Low to get aggressive, get a good static link duration with the control of the Disruptor. But yeah, when they're running at you, not so much easy for this safe lane duo of Azure.
No, and overall static link when you're playing versus this lane, it doesn't stop their damage. It's all magical.
Yeah,
right?
that's
So they
true.
soul
They're still
something you, they
fighting
battery soul,
back.
and they fight you through it, and it'll just immediately make it very difficult for Low. So we'll see how he does in these later couple of levels, but yeah, this one's going to be one of the slower starts for him. Bottom does feel like it's a bit difficult as well too versus the Luna and the Phoenix. Mid is going to be that one that Azure should win, but 2 lanes it should be pretty good for Nigma.
Because overall, this game, with the approach that you see from Nigma's draft, is it a bit easier to execute than last game? How does it sort of compare?
I just think I think Rubik mid is a big risk in a lot of situations, so this one just feels better across the board. I think Sanking's just a much better hero.
They still haven't moved,
especially from that mid lane.
on from the Rubik pick on the
And yeah, the
mid
draft has a
lane.
lot of synergy and a lot of big damage ultimates.
Well,
that
it
can
has so
combine
much
together.
drama
So I
with
like
the
it way
Rubik
better
on the
this time
mid
for
lane.
Nigma in comparison to their last draft.
That's top lane. Low, still just 5 last hits.
Got nothing.
3 minutes in. This is going to be a very, very slow start. And again, this hero, Razor, has been winning all the games. So if Nigma Galaxy are able to turn up in this match and defeat a Razor lineup.
They're going for him. They actually kept the glimpse.
It's a lot of damage indeed, and the rotation coming in for GH. Low's gone.
This is devastating.
This is, I mean, I'm 3.5 minutes in. You know, I said Razor's been winning all the games. This has got to be the roughest start we've seen a Razor have, right? 8 last hits, 4 minutes in. This is the worst start a Razor's had. And yeah, Noob 3-0-1 on this Visage.
Look at that.
And I said, in terms of the pro gameplay, I'm pretty sure it said he's only just played it twice in pro. I think we're going to see it a lot more.
Yeah, this hero is so powerful. The damage that you're able to do. You kill almost any lane, and yeah, it's a fragile lane early. And getting the level 1 kill on the Razor, now is 2 and 3 kills. He has to be careful even showing back up here. I like the persistence from Omar, just, yeah, glyphing the wave and going for that dive.
No glimpse in, but they're not able to do anything aggressive themselves right now, Azure, with how bad of a state their lane is in.
And Miracle, yeah, he's not getting the lane now because it's pushed up all the way, but he's a Luna, so he can, I mean, jungle in a pretty bad maneuver at level 3, but yeah, he can actually do something while GH leaves the lane a little bit here.
And he's just getting infinitely more than Low is from this laning stage on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Low again.
I mean, Miracle's even coming in with a rotation top. He's going for the twin gate. So he's going to be ready to help out as well for a bit of a dive. There he is with a elusive beam. It's Low dead again.
GH.
That's it. GH, he's going to be able to survive. They can't even bring him down in return. Miracle, of course, him being here allows him to continue to push on for Planet as well. This top lane, I don't think you want to go there anymore if you're Azure. It's over there.
Let's look at the GPM right now really quick, just for the lulz. Look at this Visage. Oh, baby.
That's actually got to be some record-breaking GPM for 5 minutes in. On any hero,
anything. He has tranquil drums and two of the stat items already finished up.
What the?
This could just be like almost I mean, very difficult to recover. Miracle's doing some kind of weird things where he's not even going to lane bottom now, but I mean, Low's game is going to be, I don't know how you recover. You have to jungle, and you're level 2.
One thing's for sure, though, Fred. We've got to kind of snapshot and remember this moment, because if this game goes on and the Razor dominates and wins, then this
it's only
busted.
with the help of the
if
bottom
lane,
lane. The mid lane is not yet roaming.
It's going to be pretty insane.
Tower.
This start,
not even 6 minutes in.
That Low's had this game.
He lost. The
That's
tower is
so
gone. It's a 3,000 gold lead.
He has 11 CS.
This is the craziest.
This is the real test for Razor. How busted is this hero? We'll find out this game.
This is the test for Razor, and this is maybe the test for Nigma. I mean, if they, blow this game away.
Oh, that's true. If they lose this game, uh-oh.
They just got to keep that coordination going, keep that aggression. Yeah, it's fantastic timing. So let's see what Azure does look to do. They are going to steal the stacks away. This is a clever move if they can finish them off from Sumail.
I should be able to protect them here with Omar turning up. So I'll have to back away. The bottom kill on GH. Down bottom, they get him round the tower.
He'll be the one to watch. I think if anything comes from this lineup in Azure, it's going to come from New in particular. Sumail will go down, but Han,
he'll die in return.
Sole assumption as well.
It's Noob. Noob's
more money.
He gets so much. Yeah, this Visage, this is dirty stuff from Noob.
Why?
Visage fans
you can just cancel the TP or the
this is something of dreams for the Visage players out there.
Hey, this is
6-0-2. You get all these Death Toll Soul Assumption kills. This is crazy numbers from Noob this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why we saw this hero did get only a kind of small nerf, to be honest with you.
GH, he returns to the lane trying to pick up some XP. Does have Sumail with him. He's there. GH never get the dive off. Does die, but should be setting up here for Sumail to find kills in return. Brings down you. And will indeed be able to get Pichu as well. So GH sure he goes down again, but absolutely worth it because Sumail getting a big cleanup.
And he gets the big target. He gets the Beastmaster. So that big gold, it's a pinata to pop. How's Razor? I think I'm going to not look at Low too much just so we don't feel bad for him. So, but yeah, he's getting a little bit up here, and he's queued up the minus.
Don't say like that.
That's what you got to do.
That's the only way to recover.
That's what you got to do. The recovery game plan is set here for Azure. Let's see if Nigma Galaxy make sure to not give them the time to get away with it.
Miracle's gone the fighting route, right? Treads into the Dragon Lines rather than going for like the Mom. I think we've been seeing this one more on the Lunas lately, but yeah, he's going to be able to turn up to all these fights.
Yep. I like it. The fighting early is definitely working out around this incredibly strong Visage. And of course, a mid that's very active here. Sumail heads over. They've got the catch on hand in the river.
Playing this beautifully. And something I'll bring up that we always tend to bring up, they're playing versus Disruptor. So when you start getting this type of momentum for this hero, Disruptor doesn't really do too much. 0-3 on the Disruptor, 0-4 on the Razor. That top lane, 0-7. And now a tower in the mid lane, Noob. he'll be able to finish this one off. His timings are going to be so ridiculous.
It's going to be. It has to be record-breaking timing on Visage, right? We've seen a lot of Visage, we've seen a lot of great games, but I'm not crazy, right? This is like the most farmed of Visage has been 8.5 minutes in.
8 minutes and maybe. I mean, now I've seen some games where 33 at TI just started roaming and started getting some type of kills.
But to this level?
But to this level, I don't think so. This is pretty
crazy
insane
stuff.
And the thing is, too, it's so much hybrid damage, and the lineup overall of Azure, it's a lot more fragile than last game. Last game, they had this tree as well that, sure, it's a 5 position, but it's another front line. Their only real front line now, because, you know, Razor's game is completely destroyed, is a Beastmaster. And initiation overall from Nigma this game is much more natural, rather than needing any type of itemization early. Omar can just start fights a lot of times.
And you? Just going to lead in with the Raw. I mean, Azure,
they'll find him.
They'll go for any sort of kill that presents themselves. They're happy to drop these ults to get even the supports. Just try and do what they can to take some of the parts away
There's
from
some
Nigma
Miracle under the vision.
Miracle wants to go for low. The planet is here.
And fit. It's going to be there to push back Miracle. GH, he's pretty much solo on top of low, bringing him down very low. Miracle tanking a lot of hits from the tower. He'll drop the Eclipse, but Miracle, he's going down.
Planet nearly pretty much solos.
He does.
Very nice play. That ward paying off in dividends.
Getting a bit ahead of themselves there, trying for that play.
Oh, that's actually interesting to see, too. He did go Thorny Thicket. We're seeing almost all the Willows take the other facet to get that bonus damage there. Either way, gets the solo kill anyway. Ern now finished up for Planet. Starting to get a little bit of hope, but that Razor still needs a lot of time.
1,000 gold into the recipe.
Yep, 680 more. So for Nigma, keep pushing that envelope, keep pressuring. You see how greedy they've gone. I actually see that Han, I think, did he adjust the build? I think he did. He had Boots of Travel being built, but I think if he goes that and they're going Midas, they can just get steamrolled. So I think he's going to stop that. Yeah, he's going to go for the Ags Rush instead, get these stat items so he can look to get involved a bit more early since the Razor's not going to. Good adaptation, at least. We'll see if it works, but can understand the idea of what he wants. Blink done for Sumail. So yeah, wanting to accelerate things on the side of Nigma, since they've got this advantage. See what they find.
Azure playing very cautious behind the towers. Not allowing themselves to get jumped by these sort of moves from Nigma Galaxy. We'll see if they continue to play safe enough. Bottom lane, they're starting to stray away from the tier 1. Could leave them vulnerable if Nigma Galaxy is able to get the wraparound on this.
No one on Azure is really showing much. They show a Disruptor in mid. Razor's just been in the same 3 camps for the last 6 minutes, so Nigma is aware that this is the only positioning they can be in right now. On.
Where do they want to go on Noob? Leading him with the familiars. Hook shots in over towards New. They dive forward on GH. New, he's going to get caught. He's actually able to turn forward to Noob. In fact, Noob,
it's big one
to get caught. Half finishing off with the Medusa. They turn towards Sumail. They're going to caught in the Static Storm. Planet's still alive. He's getting away from this thing. Can't quite take down the egg in time. They'll look towards Omar. He's going to get caught by the root. Try to TP out underneath the birds. Not going to happen. Triple kill for Han.
That ward they have on the high ground there, it sees Noob wrapping around. The roar comes out perfectly. What a time for it to come out.
Dude, that's the amount of money that Han picked up from that fight. That's pretty much the Aghanim's done.
Yeah.
He gets the triple kill. One of them, of course, being ending that big streak and that killing off that incredibly farmed Visage. Noob, that's a hell of a lot of money for Han to be picking up.
That whole lead is almost gone. Razor's starting to get the catch-up. It's Nigma starting the fight, but they don't get their spells off perfectly onto Nu. He's able to distance himself with the roar. And that roar actually pushes Sumail into the root. I didn't see that at first.
And just a bit of an awkward one from GH now. Has to kind of use the dive to get in and get out. And that means it's very difficult for him to get back in for a good position with the Supernova. Sure, they don't kill it, but it just wasn't able to come in when the rest of the fight was going on at the beginning and do that extra bit of damage and commit that panic that Azure would have to dealt with.
He's got the Ags done.
Yeah.
Already finished up
he's got that fight, gave him the gold for it. Yep.
Oh, wow. They're starting to get this momentum, and Razor's starting to get the recovery, starting to get the space slowly but surely. Starting to recover. And Miracle is still a gigantic margin ahead of him. But can't make those type of mistakes when you have this big of an advantage. When you're the one hunting, you're the one who wrapped around and went for this gank.
Yeah, it's going to feel pretty rough for Nigma if this game goes on and Low is able to get back up towards the top, and that's definitely a chance of that happening.
Yep,
with those team moves going as that.
I think for next fight, like Sumail in particular, has to probably rev the Epi before just a blink stun, because they need that damage to come out almost immediately when they go for the initial jump. Because Nu, if he gets Epi there, might not be able to get that roar off. So definitely important. But speaking of Nu, after he gets that huge surge of gold on top of Han, he has a cloak, his drums, getting fairly tanky.
And Pipe is going to cause massive issues for Nigma Galaxy in these team fights.
And the level 10 talent, which I hope he takes the Inner Beast Magic Resist one this game. I've seen people still taking the other one, but in this one, it's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, sure, you've got it, yeah. That extra 10% Magic Resist sounds pretty tasty against Nigma Galaxy's lineup. In the mid, this will do it. Sure, I mean, surely will do it. It will.
They will. Not committed.
It was, but
That was
necessary.
Epi and Egg.
They've got to kill Han, they've got to kill off this Lina. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It took a lot, and next time round, if Nu's around and he has the pipe, then even that might not have killed Han.
Yeah, if he's in that position for sure. Still a ways away, but
Nigma definitely need to keep looking for more here. They can't sit back.
can we get a fun heat map of Low? Just for the lulz. It's because he's literally
do we have that technology?
I think we do. He's literally just been 3 camps. I mean, we don't need to show it anyway. But yeah, he's literally just sitting up here. It's not the fastest farm, though. Even with Midas, even with Eye of the Storm spam. I mean, Miracle, of course, he's going to just be able to farm faster as this Luna, so.
But it's what you've got to do, right?
It's what
if you're Razor, you know, 4 times in lane, you lose your tower a minute, you have to just completely AFK farm, trust in the rest of the team to keep the game going. It's the absolutely correct approach from Low, and an approach that I got the feeling that it's gonna work out. You know, Razor doesn't lose games, Fogged.
He doesn't.
He died 4 times. He had a horrific start, but minutes are passing. He's getting away with it. He's catching up. He will be in this game.
Omar. Saving the Laguna. They've got it for that next target. Han can purchase Shard now too. Getting these small pickoffs. No roar. So now could see Nigma look to strike back. Their ults are coming back up. And they have good vision. They still have this vision on this triangle area. Just kidding. It's gone now.
I mean, what do you imagine should be the plan here for Nigma Galaxy? They have this slight lead, 3k advantage. They know that for still quite a bit of time, the Razor's probably not going to be showing up to fights.
I want to see them force the issue of something like a Roche or some type of bigger objective, to be honest, because they've got the pipe, they've got the drums on Nu, where he had that massive advantage in the early game, but that advantage is no longer there. It's only 300 ahead of a Beast and Lina, so definitely want to see them try to force the issue somehow, but...
Is it just not worth to sort of put the resources into trying to mess with the Razor in this top side of the map?
Just always has a ward on that. Like, usually it's like they have a ward on that high ground there, so it's very difficult to kind of find him without a smoke. Omar is going to try right now.
They should get him here.
And they should have him.
Under the tier 2 they go. TPs are coming in, but of course at this stage the game Low. Still playing the recovery game, so very vulnerable.
Sumail will be able to get out. This is good though. It's forcing the issue, right? It's just causing something to happen when you have these item timings, when you know you are that far ahead of the Razor in particular. So they will get 1 kill. Tower. The glyph was popped, so they could consider something there, but they actually see Han. They have this kind of sneaky ward. Haste on Sumail. Han is starting to get out of there, and he will see Sumail.
Andy, with the information Azure have, unlikely to stick around
again.
or stick anywhere near close enough for Nigma Galaxy to have the chance of getting a jump on them.
So I guess this was the choice, rather than trying to force the tier 2 top, is just get them out of that triangle area, try to keep controlling the map more.
That's the pipe for Nu. So Azure is going to be a bit more kitted together now to turn up and defend these objectives as a team.
Miracle has to be a bit cautious of the positioning. The wraparound you can do with Flame Cloak is definitely a bit scary. So we'll back away after getting a little bit of tower damage. Still a pretty solid advantage here for the side of Nigma. And yeah, let's see what else
not
they
really
keep forcing. I do
huge, but
potentially
it's
want to see them
solid.
get the setup of Vision top and look for that Roche maybe soon, because taking the tier 2s is just a bit difficult. But Glyph is down, so it's not out of the elements. See where they look to set up here.
Hello. And once he gets that BKB done, it definitely feels like he's kind of through the woods. You know, it's got the pupils give, the BKB.
They see him right now too. This ward is actually still there from Omar. They could potentially catch Low here off guard.
See how sort of far Sumail wants to go with this play behind the tier 2 tower.
This out.
He's going to get caught by the burrow strike. And Static's still going to
that's
get
one
laid
of
down
big
after
bait.
Sumail. Low considering turning up for this fight. But the Static Link, the Laguna. Sumail just gets completely wiped off the face of the earth at the front of the fight.
Noob's clips.
And most thinking about going for more. He's stepping up in the plasma field. They're turning over toward Noob. Hook shot over. It's a good position with the air, or is it though? They've got the vision. They're able to turn and take it down. And that's going to be GH gone.
They've got 4 heroes.
Azure still dancing around the side of the fight. Same to be said for Nigma Galaxy. Both teams kind of testing the waters to see if they can go back in against one another. It's on to Miracle. He's falling low. Popped the man a little early. The light strike array still catching him, but he's still able to get to the side. The Bramble Maze will catch on to him, but the final Dragon Slayer in hand takes him out. Omar's dead as well. This is not what Nigma Galaxy were hoping to come looking for. They try and poke Azure, and it's in a position where sure Load dies, but he was even able to get involved, get a few rounds of the spells off. They lose 4 heroes there, Nigma Galaxy. That little bit of a lead that they have is slipping away, and I think concerns are rising.
Sumail has to be more careful with his plays. I mean, he went a bit too aggressive at the start there. Just gets caught inside the Static Storm. Sure, he's got Yules to prolong things a little bit, but yeah, the Roar comes out, and they need Sumail. He is starting to fall pretty far behind here.
Yeah, they really need to see
wider
wider
going that
vision.
whole fight, but I
It's
think he
like,
got what, like 7, 8
why
Dragon Slayers,
all
8
of the
Light Strike
skills
Arrays or
only
something
for
off, so
Murder Willow?
he needs to be dealt with earlier in these fights somehow. But perfect place to fight. When you get that type of advantage and you have 4 heroes alive and you have Disruptor, it's tough to get away. That's why you see Nigma, they were like, we need to kind of fight while also retreating, but yeah, they just couldn't fight through it. And this Lena's damage continues to grow.
You need
15
to
talents been hit.
have either the Zero, it's the Sand King, or the Visage, or the Phoenix, or the Clockwork, and the Static Storm's effect.
Because
So,
he was living for
like
pretty
on
long
the
in that
previous
fight.
match, we see that Sand King is under the Static Storm. So, we can't really do anything about the Epicenter to Sandstorm, nothing. It's like, they accept the death.
At least Low didn't die. Stupid supports. He was dead anyway. Don't ping his wand. Get out.
Well, they still have the time. Let's just build BKB to counter
BKB is pretty much finished up.
magic coming from Azure.
It's all gone. 2K only. XP is actually favoring the side of Azure now. Pretty wild stuff. And that was cool. The egg placement right on the high ground even. An attempt there from GH. But yeah, they had that vision, so. Only the level 1 egg also to point out. So GH, if you had the level 2 egg, could have been potential to have it be protected, but they were able to focus fire it. Miracle does have BKB now for that next fight, and they have Crimson,
finally it's BKB. We need the
a flurry of
BKB.
items that have come out. As you said, BKB on Razor. Low is
I
actually a
think
hero
it's
now.
not building BKB yet. It's building Yules.
Oh, and he got People's Gift actually.
All
so
of them, they really need the BKB. It's like, just before, it's too late coming from the Aghanim's Disruptor, so just
and Nu has actually
build
surpassed
BKB.
the Visage. So he's actually surpassed Noob at this point. He's going to have the same itemization and more. You know, he's going to have this Crimson Guard pretty much finished up on top of this Dominator.
Yeah, look, just a huge amount of that momentum that Nigma Galaxy had earlier is not really being felt anymore.
No, it is all gone. Sumail does find Vampire Fangs, has the Voodoo Mask, so a lot of spell lifesteal on him to perhaps survive to the fights if he does get caught again like last time. But he is only 1200 HP, which you don't see too often.
You know the drill.
Okay.
Let's see what they can find here with the smoke. Nigma Galaxy making moves towards the bottom lane.
They ideally want to get a fight win in to try to get the secured Roche bottom. Hook shot.
They got the opening. Straight away, and onto Pichu. They've got the burst. He's able to still get the Static Storm down. Will fall. The same time to get the jump over his planet, but Low turns up and he's got the link going on towards Sumail. Pots the BKB. They're pushing back the 2 of them. They've got the burst to finish Sumail off. Still has the Roar. Finds a target to follow things up, but Nigma Galaxy also going to back up.
Yeah, Low doesn't have his BKB now. Doesn't want to walk into all the magic. They'll split back up. Nice terrorize from Planet to kind of disengage a little bit of that fight there. So they'll get a mid, trading for the Disruptor. Pretty worth it there for sure, right?
I'm going to try for the rush,
but they should be able to get that rush, so in the end, looks more valuable for them.
It doesn't look like there's going to be any decision from Azure to head over. So, and he just should go the way of Nigma Galaxy. And this should be the key to allow them to try and go for some of these tier 2 towers now. Miracle with the Aegis.
Yep. 2 lives will definitely help a ton versus this big burst damage, but still just have to be careful not to do what they did last time with that Aegis and get super split up. They still have to play nicely as a team. And they are. Moving together through that gateway top. Lotus is finished up on GH, so they've got the way to reflect either the Roar or the Link, or, I mean, quite a bit of these targeted spells. A very valuable Lotus again this game. And almost a 4-step on Omar, so they will have that way to also reset positioning perhaps for
BKB
Miracle
on
versus
Luna.
the Link. So they're starting to get more of these items as well to buff up
Luna's
the
already
Luna.
had the BKB. And now Lina also building the BKB. Well,
BKB, I believe,
why
finished up
the
on
Sand
Han.
King's not building BKB? Okay. And
See if they look to try
we're
to get
gonna see
some type
that
of
the
catch-out fight, or
Razor,
if they're going to
Razor's
just wait
closing
until
into
this
the
Aegis
top
goes down and farm these
of
next
net
items.
worth, so
So far, Nigma just not splitting up. It's the
It's
big thing right now.
almost
They're all kind of sticking together.
late game soon.
They're going to smoke. Believe it or
Sumail
not,
always
Arcane
die
Rune, Sumail,
first.
He's got that going.
It's because he's the initiator. But I wonder why. At least if you want to
Quite the
initiate,
team fight
just
on their
build
hands here, if they can get that
the Yules
initiation.
to be the
I want
Wind
Sumail to bring
Waker
out his, like, the vitality. I was
is
waiting for like, the
more
full thing, but my goodness, he
practicable.
looks so fragile.
It's more useful
1200
rather
HP
than the
sinking.
Octarian. Well,
Gonna
yeah,
get
sure,
burst pretty easy
Octarian.
by hand.
Yeah,
with
it's
the-
like Phoenix has 1500 with like 0 stat items. He's actually tankier
With
than
this.
him.
Ooh, look at the burst.
Trying to jump on low, straight in with the burst.
Again. See? This
Still haven't come out, but low is going to look to try and turn. Your Scepter will buy him a little bit of safety, Sumail. Laguna comes down though, and Sumail, he's still going to get burst low. BKB ends. Omar's in with a hook shot. They try and burst through the Razor, they'll succeed. The Terrorite pushes back Omar, but the job's done. They got the trade. 1-for-1 on the course.
And here comes Miracle now, so can look to clean up more targets. New.
Lose the P-men. New drop of the Familiars trying to control New. Azure still having the space to fully retreat. So 1-for-1 should be enough for Nigma Galaxy to push on and try and pressure the tier 2 here, but the pressure of Miracle still has Aegis for 3 minutes.
Sumail is just a sacrifice, I guess.
Yeah, this
Ends
is
up working out
sacrificial
again,
lamb.
but yeah, he is very fragile when he
Easy
jumps in.
late
He is giving
game,
up his life for
hopefully,
these type of
but they still have
situations.
the Razor.
but they-
As long as the
Nigma
Razor
Galaxy's
is
being
dead,
pretty
so.
careful. They don't want to stick around
But
and go for the
Lina
tier
is
2.
also devastating.
They'll back off.
Interesting.
Maybe feeling that they can just get another bigger full team
The
play when
plan
Sumail's
is,
back up with the
If the
remaining
Sumail's in
still 2
with the
minutes
Burrow
of Aegis
Strike,
play.
then they gonna
that's fair.
Static Storm on the Sand King. That's
Yep.
the
I think they're
plan,
picking up some
just
items, right? I
because
think I
Sand
saw-
King's not building
I saw something being
BKB
bought there
to
from
escape
Laguna. I
from
think he has the
Sand-
condo soon
the
finished up on
Static
Miracle,
Storm.
so-
I mean, they're splitting up a bit,
Sage
Nigma Galaxy.
Glimpse
And
on.
the vision's there for Noob to get glimpse back. Noob does have the roar if he wants to go for it.
Noob is very tanky.
Yeah.
Not the ideal target for them to go for. Miracle.
I mean, Miracle and Omar, they're thinking about fighting this. Omar's in with a hook shot over towards New. Back up in from hand, though. They burst through Omar. Omar's gone. The Eclipse comes out from Miracle. Turns toward New. New has the roar to hold back Miracle through the BKB. Sumail. Burrow striking on towards New. New, he'll get left behind on this one. So another trade that Nigma Galaxy will take. They lose Omar, but they get New. One of the bigger kills, taking away that Beastmaster and all of his auras. This could be the time for them to get back on with a push with this minute and a half left to the Aegis on Miracle.
Absolutely. I mean, he just finished his Conda, too. So Miracle, level 20 is about to be hit on top of having the Conda. That's when the explosive damage really does come in. So these heroes can definitely just pop from that distance. And Low, I mean, even though he is, as we said, you know, the slow recovery and stuff of the Razor, he still feels pretty squishy.
You just proceed slowly and carefully.
Try and get that refresher rush after the BKB so he can just
Lakat
survive
matatak, you know.
throughout the double BKB, double Eye of the Storm in the midst of the team fight.
Are they going to have enough damage, though, to be able to go through Miracle? That's just my one question if he does go full on this build.
I mean,
Miracle might just be able to fight him just straight up with auto attacks.
I think
he goes this build,
they've got to kind of get the roar onto Miracle as well as like the static link pumping. And then that gives them the chance to fight against them. Luna. Outside of that, yeah, Miracle,
definitely difficult.
the fight should be pretty easy for him to play.
Aegis,
Especially because he has this
Spire
Lotus Orb. So it's like almost every single one of these fights, Miracle, in theory, should either reflect the Link or reflect the Roar or have some type of protection versus this Razor as well, too, on top of having that that massive net worth advantage. And they'll get both Wisdoms.
There we go.
That's
Tier
one
2 on the
beautiful
bottom taken.
dive to secure the wisdom
It's only
rune.
a 3k lead, but it does feel a bit bigger because of that Luna versus Razor differential. And even though Sumail is 12,000 net worth, he is having at least some decent impact, and I believe his Bloodstone is now done. So he is still going to be able to dish out a good chunk of damage, even though he is a bit behind.
Yeah, now he should get to jump in and have a higher chance of actually surviving, getting back out.
And I think they also, I mean, they got the Force Staff and stuff a little bit earlier too, so yeah, definitely potential to be able to save him. Headband for GH too, so positioning easier for him to cast these Lotus Orbs.
Yeah, GH is always perfect.
Dire's mid tower.
Starting to feel comfortable to poke the tower a bit more here. Glyph will be forced. That is a high ground glyph.
Lost the top tower.
Don't believe they can force anything with that, but we can keep tabs on that for the next 5 minutes in case something goes disastrously wrong.
Hope the Dire weren't partial to that mid tower.
I'd imagine though for Nigma Galaxy, they'll probably want to just wait for the next rush before they go for any further pushes. They're playing it safe this game.
Yeah, they know they're in a pretty comfortable spot to be able to seal this one off if they don't make any super bad mistakes. Miracle. They'll have to be a little bit careful down here. They have the ward, so they do see pretty much everyone on the side of Azure, right? So they are starting to swing over.
Here's the smoke. Could catch Nigma Galaxy a little split up.
Did that ward catch it? I mean, they had vision in the triangle, so it may have seen them. New is revealed.
Nigma Galaxy prepared for this.
Yep. And Lo also showed himself bottom, so they know that pretty much everyone should be down here. They are on the high ground. Counter smoke.
And Nigma's ready to fight.
This Luna's damage is going to be insane if she's not dealt with.
We get the glimpse onto Noob. And at the roar as well. I mean, Noob a little far away from the rest of the team.
Hook shot off the mark.
Sumail tries to initiate, but it doesn't go as cleanly as they hoped for. Refresher is going to be popped by Low. Miracle also having that first BKB coming out as well. So that's the BKB gone for Miracle. See if Azure find a way to get back in on this. But the buyback from Noob does mean that Nigma Galaxy still have that overall strength. They're in with the jump. Terra catching onto them. BKB second one in from Low. They're in onto Miracle. Indeed, getting the stat in the cough as well. We had a force to the side. Get away for now. See if they can chase on towards Azure. Omar trying to sweep him from the side. Jump again for Sumail. Get the catch on Planet. Planet's dead. Got him in the comps as well. Low to be caught by Omar. Low will fall. Nigma Galaxy take the fight.
Very nice play. Good decision to buy back there from Noob. I was a little hesitant on if it was actually going to end up being good, but they will be able to push forward and get these 2 kills, chase forward because of it. Little bit of an awkward start to the fight. Omar ended up whiffing the first hook shot there, so it looked a little bit strange for a second, but afterwards ends up being okay because they can just chase through. And Miracle's actually looking to maybe set up for top. That's a bit crazy, but...
Now, we'll check the replay again, how it started.
Yeah, see the hook shot. It looked like it went like under Han because he was flame cloaked or something. It looked a little bit strange, but... Low can't stand toe-to-toe. That the static link actually got reflected as well, too, so did have to just back up and reset, and they were able to get that good chase forward.
I know, so we see here, you know, Azure, they were still hovering around because Load used his refresher, so he had the BKB ready to go once more. They wanted to still see if they could try and make something happen here, and indeed, as you say, once again, in onto Miracle, but not enough damage at all to take him out.
And I think this overall, too, for GH, I want to see him using these eggs. I don't want to see him using eggs where he's jumping on top of them. I like these, like, I'm fine with the defensive egg just to use it for Sunray for these heals, because it did make a pretty big difference, too. Kind of just scared all of Azure from walking into it.
A little bit of a helping hand there for Low.
That's
we'll get the
nice.
free shard.
Yeah, I mean, that's always very nice. This shard is pretty wonderful.
Sumail. He's ready to get the jump. No, he's Planet. Good shot over, but it isn't into the back of Miracle. Hand's going to go to the BKB TP out. He'll make it away. He will not, though. He's left behind. Good jump from Nigma Galaxy. Gets 2 kills. See if that feels that's opened the map up enough for them to approach the high ground.
Very balanced amp damage.
Well,
with
definitely
Honda
needs
20
Wind Waker.
And of course, Nemesis Curse. Let's throw that one in as well.
Yeah, he needs the Wind
Planet
Waker.
almost got one shot from a beam.
They did the push coming in. It's going through backdoor protection. It will now come to an end as the creeps push forward.
1100. Holy moly. He actually almost did get one shot. Now, Power's dead. Luna things come in. And that glyph that we were talking about from earlier that they used for a tier 2 did end up biting them a bit because they don't have a glyph for the high ground push right there.
And now Nigma Galaxy, they can chill out, back off, go for the Roshan, get themselves another Aegis.
And for Azure, it might just be smoke and try to catch them when New responds. Because if you just keep the game going as it is, it doesn't feel like you have a chance as it progresses. You have to start catching them in a position that they're not ready. Yeah, Aegis, I don't think they're going to be able to make it there in time. So Nigma, another big benefit for them. And the AC pretty much done for Noob too. More and more damage. And Lincoln's for Miracle. So now defended versus the Link, the Roar, potential Laguna.
Yeah, he respects all of
Quite
the
strong.
skills
Han
coming from
will be able
Azure.
to bail himself out of here. The team going through the gate. Much more coordination this time from Nigma. Last game they started splitting up and stuff a lot. Noob having a night and day difference from that last game. 9-2 and 9.
Now, this push could come in pretty hard here. They can take the tier 2 top, go for more. We'll see if Azure want to try and find some action outside of the map. They do. They're going to try and
go for it.
Approach from behind here through the twin gate.
Risky play, but at this point, risk is probably something they have to take. And if they find the back line, it can be pretty big. Taking out either the Phoenix.
Yep. They've got the refresher back off cooldown for low, so he's ready with the double BKBs.
See who they grab.
And if Nigma Galaxy expect this at all, I don't think they do. They've scanned inside the jungle of Azure.
Oh, look at this courier. So they know they're over here.
Who are they going to find first? Smoke dispels. Someone's going to drop the cogs. Azure, they're going to try and move on to some others. He's destroy low!
See ya, no
He's not able to get a BKB off, and Han will be able to take down the Supernova. They're coming out with the buybacks, but there's no saving Han. Surrounded and stuck in the corner. And now, with the first strike over towards you, they're going to try for more. See if they can turn with the buybacks. They end with the Link. And towards Miracle, building up the damage like Shankar as well. They'll get him the once. Can they get him a second time round?
With these buybacks, Sumail's here though.
He's ready to jump back in once more. He's going to look over towards him, but Lowe's got the BKB. The stun connection on the Miracle. Miracle gets his BKB out. He's getting Lowe to stop as well. And he turns towards New, takes down one now. Look towards Lowe. New's out for minutes. Now Lowe's out for 100 seconds. No buybacks on either of them.
Miracle.
Comes into Miracle. He's low.
Double
force to the side. Gets away from the light strike array. Han's got to be careful himself.
3 buybacks to try to get at least this Aegis kill. Miracle's still alive. They really want to try to get more at the glimpse.
And can they find some sort of crazy vision here for a play?
Han's trying with Flame Cloak.
Now they'll get Omar. They're going to drag back into the combo. It's enough. They burst one. Miracle's still pushing forward here with Noob and his familiars. Still pretty low. Curse Crown will connect. Planet. It's away from Noob and familiars in time.
I think they've ran out of steam there, so they'll have to back up. They do at least get these couple extra kills, but at the same time, Nigma, a big fight win for them.
Absolutely.
3 buybacks.
Yeah. Very expensive fight for Azure.
Yeah. And overall, he doesn't get the
Actually,
initial BKB
that's
off. He
one
got the
good
stun from
cock
Sumail,
from
1 beam, and it does
Omar.
like more than half his HP.
If only he didn't cast the cock, then there is no way the Razor got separated from the
Nigma
team.
Galaxy, once they're all back up,
It's one really big
I can only
move.
imagine they'll go straight for
Just
that
to
push
cast
once
the
more,
cock.
knowing that the state of the buybacks is pretty rough for Azure.
A Miracle pretty much has a full Swift blink now on top of everything else. No Satanic, which is not usually the ordinary we do see, but instead of Satanic, he went for Lincoln's this game. And yeah, that next fight could just be the last. It's Razor dead for so long, unable to get any farm and use the gold for the buyback, so bottom of those cores back again.
Nigma Galaxy, they have got all the components
Everything to win
to close this game up and push this series to the game 3.
and much more coordinated.
Don't really get it about this game,
they
but
absolutely
still watch it anyway.
decimated
I
the
love
top
you,
lane.
India.
So we have to always
Thank
go
you.
back to how this beginning of this game started. So
Azure, for the majority of the game, they held on pretty impressively.
yes, for
My
having no
friends
razor,
told me
considering
to play
They had no carry for like the
with
first
hard
25
press
minutes of this
shadows.
game.
It's like
They did hold on.
horror
Nigma
horror
Galaxy, they
game,
played it careful.
but farming.
They've never
Oh,
let
wait.
the sort of mistakes kind of compound this time round. It's been
Nope.
smooth. And now they're very much on the verge of closing this up. With the hook shot, Alexon does come out onto the wall. BKB's out for Miracle. Is in with the Eclipse and immense amounts of damage.
Low.
To burst through New. Low will get saved. Up to the high ground. Han's also got to be careful. That's the BKB here on the remainder of the retreat.
they're all so low. They might keep chasing. There's another hook.
They certainly will. Miracle, he's looking for a Lucid Beam target. Finds it onto Han. Won't be enough to kill him.
Hook shot in 5.
New does have buyback available. I mean, Peach's got to be careful.
Ooh,
And he just stepped up and
nice.
died.
And that's a gem.
Oh, well, okay,
Jim,
well,
Jim.
game 3 probably coming to your screens pretty soon. There's the buybacks. No. The pressure BKB trying to get a connection onto someone. Omar turns him with a hook, trying to get the cogs down onto him as well. New throws the axe out, jump forward from Samel there with the supernova as well. The wombo combo is there from Nigma Galaxy to close this one up and go forward to game 3 as
That's
Nigma
what
Galaxy
beautiful
take
thing.
game 2.
That combo.
They destroy top lane way too hard. that just can't really happen for Rich if you want to have a better time for Law, and Razor gets defeated. That's the big thing that we do get to see as well too. A much better approach from Nigma. I liked how aggressive they played, and yeah, I mean overall in this one, noob.
Okay. Okay. Hook shot was blocked. Yeah, I thought it's gonna be another failure, but look at that. Ooh, the combo there. And also, I wonder why Azure team they only aim for the familiar, visage familiar, but not they don't put all the focus on the epicenter and the bro strike on the Sand King. Is the position is very perfectly placed, and of course, that's really beautiful. Nigma, Sumel epicenter wow cinema. It's a $1 million epicenter. Like seriously, it's like he didn't cast the epicenter on the triangle. He relies on only on the bro strike and the failed hook shot. But I bet if let's say that the hook shot's not failed and it aims on the Lina for in case, and I bet the clockwork he wouldn't survive, but he's luckily attached to the Sand King, so it's got 38 minutes. It's not really long, right, for Dota? It's not really long, yeah. So usually the longest one I ever play is 2 hours but it's for me on the public match. So the 38 is like so usually we're gonna have like 46 something. 46 minutes. if you're lucky, we have this kind of rules that if the match is finished under 8 minutes, so it wouldn't be counted. So 2 hours is turning 100%. I was like eating and drinking and you know, usually we can pause, right? We can pause if we want to go to the toilet, but whatever, I'm gonna go to the toilet anyway. So it's like we already have our ultimate items, like all of the upgrades, but still it's so hard just because we are equally fat, right? We are equally well formed on that point on 2 hours public match, so it's pretty hard to just charge. All right, that's one very unfortunate Razor on this match too. And I don't know if Omar's playing so well with the clockwork too. So as we already know, also Phoenix GH, he plays very well with the Phoenix, and the disruptor is really devastating at first and on the middle game, yeah, because he successfully caught the Sumel, the Sand King, with the static storm. It's almost like at the state that we're thinking Sand King needs the BKB and the Wind Waker, but turns out let's say that they don't really want to buy the BKB or the Wind Waker, so the solution is just catch the disruptor, right? So that's what they do. Razor is 0-11. Really? Oh yeah. It's almost the same score as the Mars on the match 1. 0-10 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm excited actually. Oh, is it here? Yeah, next game, we need next game. Yeah, just please good draft, please. Oh, let me change the number. Ooh, I really want to rewatch the final battle, the last battle. So beautiful. The Burrow Strike and the Sandstorm, all of course the epicenter too. They yeah, why Azure is only focusing on the familiar? Like yeah, yeah, okay. That's really unfortunate. Okay, where is the next match? So, I just heard that the Razor, Azure's Razor is like the hero that bring the victory, but I guess Team Nigma Galaxy, they can really cut the victory from Razor just by playing aggressively.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand. Radiant's gone and fortified their structures. Radiant's mid tower could use a hand. Radiant is on their mid tower.
Giving noob
It's
to
you.
play those offlaners, because let's be real here, it's easier to play the game when you have net worth, right? It's always going to be easier to play the game. And when you're in a situation you're a little uncomfortable with, moving to the offlane when you're typically used to be showering yourself in money because you're the mid laner and experience, right? Like you sometimes when you're under leveled, don't have enough items, you don't know what to do. So Summel can just be playing these initiators from the mid lane, give noob more of these like greedy type of heroes that can sit back and farm. That might be like a band-aid for the problem that Nigma is having right now.
Oh, I do agree. I do agree that they need like something similar to play. I was watching them on camera. The vibes are really good. Everybody seems to be talking a lot. They seem pretty happy with what just happened, even though they did lose that game one pretty horribly. Even they were in a lead, but then again kind of threw it, and also they fixed the problems immediately, which is what I want to see. Some of the best teams always fix the problems immediately.
Yeah.
They managed to solve the issues. Game two, demolished game two, and now they have the advantage coming into the third game.
Yeah, for sure. Just a quick few thoughts about the Razor. I think that was the first time we saw a Razor lose at this tournament. We highlighted Puck as well as being really strong. How do you feel about the Razor?
It's looking pretty strong right now. It's definitely one of those heroes that is good in the laning stage, and then I think in the mid game it feels a little weak, honestly, for a little bit. But once you get to like that satanic area and then you get refresher, it feels like the late game power spike of that hero right now is crazy strong, and it also secures your lane as mentioned before. So yeah, I think that's what we're mainly playing for. We're not really building these auras as much and just trying to go high ground in the mid game. So Razor's taking care of the early game. He can join the fight still, of course, but his late game seems incredibly strong right now, and that's why that hero's doing so well. And if the answer to beating that hero is you have to make him go 0-11, that's not necessarily
That's not a
easy
great
to
sign,
do.
is it?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Straight up picking up a news hero. They again blocked, because if we go back to the first game, I'm talking a lot about Primal Beast because this is the best hero that New plays. This is the second best one if I had to rate them, because they wanted to have another. Naga Siren was banned, Dark Willow was banned, Clockwork was also banned, so they had no heroes to stop this Primal Beast from charging in. Now with the Dark Willow pick, Nigma Galaxy thinking the same thing. That can be played as 4 or 5. It really depends. Most likely it's going to be played as a position 4, but New with the Timber Saw, this is the hero that can get on top of the Dark Willow, burst the hero immediately. You don't have that much protection other than your Bramble. Your ulti needs a little bit of a time to actually cast it, and you still might die from one big combo, like just some, yeah.
It's a risky pick though, I think, because you just lost to Luna, right?
Yeah.
And Luna is good versus Timber. And
they might ban it.
You know he loves to play Shadow Fiend too, which is also another hero that is very good versus the Timbersaw. And historically, Razor's been good versus Timber as well. So yeah, I'll be a full believer if you can pull this one off, especially playing against someone who has a very diverse hero pool against a Timber hero player.
Dire's banned.
Luna always was that hero that was good against Timbersaw. Now even better since the recent changes to Luna's abilities, because before you were putting like 1 point in your Lucent Beam, you were not taking a point in ulti, you were maxing out your aura, the glaives as well. Now you do have even more damage early on to kill him. You get that level 6, you have 2 points in Lucent Beam, you are going to be able to kill and punish Timbersaw, if they want to go for Luna, of course, which I think they should.
I mean, and just good in general right now as well, on top of everything else, right? So
such a good hero.
Yeah.
Radiant's banned.
We'll have to see. You can't ban at all.
That is true.
You don't have many bans.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get SF or Luna, so you have to like pick your poison. I want to say SF is better in lane against the Timbersaw, but perhaps in the game, Luna is slightly better. Just the triple nuke is just so devastating towards the Timbersaw. It's really hard to deal with that. Yeah, Luna has nukes as well, but she doesn't have 3 that you can just use back to back to back.
But in the game, as Timber, if you use Timber Chain, try to get on top of one of the heroes, potentially Dark Willow, Lucent Beam Eclipse combo will kill you from 100 to 0 with 1 stun.
This is why I'm worried about the Timber, because I also think you go on a Shadow and he just requiems you as well. Like, both those heroes kind of function the same way. They don't care about either of them. They just ban out the Marcy. It's like, well, they both suck to play against, so we'll just not ban either, because they'll get one or the other. And the Marcy is an interesting one for me. Why would they ban that? Are they expecting like the Marcy SF? Are they expecting the Visage to come out again with the Marcy? One or the other, probably.
They had good combos still left in the pool. Marcy Luna, you did mention Marcy Visage, so they could pick Marcy +1 and see how it's going to go, because they don't care too much about Visage right now. I think they can leave that pick open, knowing that they see the lane, so most likely it's going to be carry +1.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me, actually. They're targeting, they realized after game number 1 that, okay, so we won game 1, and game number 2, we'll get into that in a second. Game number 2 here, like, we got the clockwork on Nigma, and this clockwork did so much work. They got initiation, and then I'll move quickly into this one. Morta, Io, this is really good IO combination, because IO will allow you to give extra spell amplification through the tether, and Morta, when you press her ulti, you do magic damage. So you're not only increasing the attack speed, you're increasing her damage, and Morta is a hero that can kill the Timbersaw because you are doing that magical damage, not really worrying so much about the reactive armor.
It looks like a really good Muerta game. I need a stun. Like, I think Centaur could be really good for Nigma Galaxy.
You need that every game, it feels like. Give me
pretty much. Yeah, give me some stun, but also give me something that we can get on top of the egg. You have double ways, actually triple way of disengaging with the relocate, Dark Willow, ulti, terrorize, and then you also have a stampede, so you could. But I want to see something beefy in front, because right now Willow, Io, Muerta, they are super squishy.
They definitely are. They're just gonna go for the Luna. Mixed damage carry is always nice to against the Morta. And Earthshaker, well, there's your stun.
Yeah.
But where is it?
Right, so, where are we? Okay. It's a kind of different draft we got here.
Feel like it and pick, put Shaker mid. This is something that Jin Q did last TI. It is possible with his facet. With the slow, it's a bit of a slow early game, but you have like no stuns if it's going to be Io Muerta, and that should be in the safe lane. So you're going to have a relatively free lane, but they could also just keep things simple. Put this, I mean, Timber Shaker's also fine as a lane if you want to run it. You can block.
Yeah, I mean,
get it closer to the tower.
I foresee not a good lane for Timber if that's the case. So Shaker's not that hero that it used to be, where you can just like walk mid and destroy the enemy mid laner in most cases. So I agree with it. It could be fine, but I don't think it's great either. I've been wanting to see this Queen of Pain for a long time. It's definitely not your stun. This hero is good though. However, if Shaker goes mid, he's not really happy. Timber goes mid, doesn't really deal with it either. So they're kind of like forcing this Timber to go into that off lane position here, right where they want him to go to, because they want that IO Mars Muerta to go against the Timber Saw here.
Oh, I have a hero as well for Nigma Galaxy. I think Mars, the hero pairing, what I want to see is keep them in place so Muerta can actually deal damage. It's
All right, so it's totally different kind of draft from the previous match. Hey, the Phoenix, GH Phoenix now it's on the Azure side. While we're gonna see here on the Ben Hero, there's a Demon, Sniper, Invoker, Clockwork, Marcy, and Mars. They really don't want to see another Mars coming from Nigma Galaxy 100% here. And Nigma Galaxy's Ben Hero, there's the Pack, Task, Alchemist, Batrider, Nature's Prophet, Huskar. So it's not like really they want to ban a hero that's been picked from Azure by Azure on the previous match. So it's like a totally different heroes on the ban session. Well, also here Nigma Galaxy, we're gonna see something really different. It's the Carry Muerta against Luna. Okay, so like Muerta is way too tanky. I mean, if it's under the ult. But again, I wonder really, Muerta is like the ghost kind of version, right, with the ult. So it like real deal a lot of damage coming from the magical damage of the Azure. But let's see here on Azure, there is the Earthshaker, Luna, Phoenix, and Timber. So they are all magical damage. So I wonder if this Muerta can survive. Of course, then we gonna see the support here with the Ayo really can do the charge thing to the Muerta. But again, if the Ayo is killed, then the Muerta is really squishy too. Dark Willow can really control. Let's say that the Earthshaker is in, but again the Luna is here with the Eclipse and additional damage. I don't think that the additional damage coming from Luna is really that noticeable if she's in fight on the long, like the expanded fight, because 100% Muerta has longer range than Luna. But again, Luna has the the Eclipse here. So if they gonna attack side by side, Muerta gonna hit the Luna first, and also with the ult it easily can destroy the Supernova of the Phoenix. Of course, Timber Saw, I bet there's something that Muerta can do also with the high damage. Also the Queen of Pain here, a lot of magical damage coming from Queen of Pain. Also the Sand King, Dark Willow. It's all about the Bramble Mace and Terrorize combo. Also the Crown of, again, it's the Ember Spirit. Okay. I really hope that the Sand King noob's going to charge early or roam early to cover for the Muerta or Queen of Pain, because just by relying on the Ayo and the Dark Willow is pretty hard, especially when it comes to dealing to the Timber Saw, so the Earthshaker, and of course the Ember Spirit. Even if Ember Spirit is quite squishy, but he got the shield. Yeah, and Phoenix he can dive also, so we need Sand King to be online as soon as possible. So this is the last match, Nigma Galaxy versus Azure. From Azure we're gonna see new Timber Saw, Phoenix, Luna, Planet, Earthshaker, and Han Ember Spirit. In the Nigma Galaxy side, Omar with Dark Willow, GH Iom, Miracle Muerta Smell, Queen of Pain, and Noob Sand King. Alright.
Once they jump you. So gonna be a very interesting game. I've been calling Muerta picks for a long time at TI. People were watching, and I believe this hero can still be.
Ready for the decider? Let's do it. Azure versus Team NGX. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Richard. Yes, getting ready for the action here in Game 2. Overall, Fog, what do you make about the ending of the draft this time round? We're getting some kind of change-ups, right? We're getting to see some Muerta in action, which is always exciting. And yeah, that final pick, Ember Spirit, we've been yet to see it this tournament.
I mean, we've got a Muerta pick, we've got an Earthshaker pick, and that Ember. So yeah, definitely very interesting draft. A ton of magic damage, ton of team fight that we see coming out from Azure. A bit of a fragile lineup from the side of Nigma Galaxy. They've got a Sanction front line, and then they have 4 kind of squishy backliners, and there is a lot of ways to get to these backlines from the side of Azure. So I'll be looking how these lanes go down in particular, because they do have strong lanes on the side of Nigma that can allow them to make up for a little bit of that fault of front line. Let's see the first blood, and I'm curious really to see how Planet's going to play as the Earthshaker, because I don't know if there's any new way of playing it in particular, but especially as this 4 position when he's playing with like a Timber. When you have a ranged offlaner, you can play to actually play in the lane a bit more, but curious to see what Planet does. It's just going to be constant fissure blocks, pulling the wave. I think probably pulling the wave is likely. I think sniping couriers, pulling wave is something you want to do when you're playing Shaker if you go boots. So I would imagine, yeah, block waves and then start doing that stuff, but yeah, let's see.
And overall, how kind of positive do you feel the outlook is for the Muerta carry this game? You know, Lacoste talked about it on the panel. There is a huge amount of stuff to kill him, kill it through the Pierce the Veil. I see the first blood.
Turn Planet.
Who they're able to give it to?
He should be dead.
He should be. He should be. Is it? Oh no. Well, there we go.
There you go.
If he got away, that would have been a bit rough. But they may indeed get another one. Here we go, Nigma Galaxy.
Another Bramble coming up, and yep, should be a secured kill if he does want to throw it out. Omar.
There we go. Give the double to Noob.
Sure, I mean, last time he owned when he got it, and there we go.
All right, double kill. To start the game off here for the offlane Sand King. Doesn't get better than that for Noob.
I mean, very nice. Pretty much the perfect kind of thing you can have happen. He's got what? He's gonna have the same thing as last time, where he gets like an extra starting bracer and everything. And both games, the team that got the first blood has won. So yeah, all important. And yeah, we'll see mid lane how it ends up going for Han. Sumail, super experienced to play in this matchup, so should be able to put some bully on. But let's see how Han does.
Yeah, it should be good, right?
It is his master tier, so
he's probably got some crazy stats. I mean, I'm always interested to look, so I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Yep, and Planet is doing exactly what I was anticipated. It's just, yeah, fissure block, pull waves with boots, because IO can't really contest pulls, so that'll be able to help Nu at least a bit inside of that lane top. But yeah, I'm curious to see, like, back to your question that you were saying about like the Muerta in particular. I'm a little worried, to be honest, because, you know, Luna, the matchup, yes, you do high damage versus her with Pierce the Veil and everything like that, and you're good versus Timber, and you're good versus Egg, but can definitely be some situations where you're fragile versus so much magic.
No, I don't want to jinx him and talk him up too much, but looking at his Ember Spirit stat,
what do we got?
This is his best hero.
Really?
This is his best hero. In pro games, he's done 31 matches, 61% win rate, highest win rate with any of the heroes that he's had that quantity of play with Han. And then in his pub games, 476 games and 57.7% win rate.
Okay.
So again, out of all his most played heroes, this is the highest of kind of the ones that he's had that many games on. So this, statistically, this is Han's best hero we're going to see today.
But he will keep coming out of a rough lane. So, and we have seen a couple of times.
Hey, he's played 500 games. You know, he's probably played 400 of those against a rough matchup. You know, and he still wins more often than not. So
yeah,
we should be able to expect big things from Han today on his Ember.
Especially because also it's like a Sand King and a Willow. That's kind of the catch to be able to go for him. So not the most amount of lockdown. Can definitely play around, but there's a lot of burst. And the Muerta, of course, if Miracle does get involved early, the silence can be very annoying, but I don't know how much we'll see Miracle get involved. Planet.
Let's put the fish. I mean, if Miracle can hit the shot, not quite.
Am I blind? Where's this Ofrenda, by the way? I think I am blind. Or did he just not put it?
I guess he's just not put it down yet.
Yeah, I don't see it. Okay. Stop with that observer. Yep. Chains forward.
I mean, if Miracle can
aggressive.
hit the angle, I guess, yeah, not quite enough damage, so they won't try going for new as of yet.
Planet, yeah, he just continues to try to get these pulls. Does he snipe the courier?
So much for the courier. Poor little
Decides not to. Might still give his life. GH.
Oh, and Planet goes down.
And GH gets a Lotus.
He did. He was able to pick it up before New could grab it.
And he should be able to meet the waves. Yeah. So nice chase
far
there for Miracle.
So good here for Nigma Galaxy in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, their lanes should be quite strong. Pretty much all three of them, to be honest with you. Especially because I would say the bottom one could have gone a bit more difficult, but because he got first blood, he was able to just get a free starting bracer and boots. So yeah, all three lanes definitely look solid for the side of Nigma.
Now, I think mid though, I mean, Hanov has been helped out there by the bottle refill of Planet. Han's not too unhappy. You know, we've definitely seen him have worse times against Quaps.
The dire went
Sure,
for
but definitely not the happiest.
Sure.
But Planet can definitely make it.
Yeah.
Planet can try to help him with moves of trying to either take away these bottle refills of Sumail, which I think he should do. I think just play around the mid lane on this Earthshaker, prevent the refill, and that'll set up Pawn potentially for success. As Sumail actually blinks, there might be
They can get the slight change. It's not. Oh, with the blood grenade, it's got to be close.
He's got
but
stick.
Indeed, it's not going to kill him. Sumail's fine.
He can't go for that top. So nice play from Planet. I like this. He can't really help too much top, so...
Now he's fine. He's got Fairy Fire. He's living on the edge, Sumail. He's going to have to take the walk back to the base now, though. So, yeah, indeed, that whole sort of play really cleaning things up for Han in this mid area.
Yeah, I love to see it. I mean, this is how you have to play Shaker. You know, it's not the strongest of 4 positions, so we don't really see it right now too much, but you just have to be courier sniper and just be very pesky between moving between your top and your mid lane, or your, you know, off lane and your mid lane in particular.
That's a good snipe as well, yeah, delaying the full treads from Miracle.
That's definitely it. It's definitely a big one, yeah. New has the wave pushing into him as well, so is going to get some of that XP. Does only have 12 CS, but has yet to die. So at least getting something up here.
Yeah, bottom lane, it's been pretty close as it can get so far, really, down there. Noob and Low getting the same amounts of farm from this matchup.
Level 3 is online now, so level 2 Lucent Beam, plus those level 2 Fire Spirits definitely start to add up onto Noob.
And I guess it just goes to show how good of a safe lane duo they've got going here, Azure, because this, you know, was a lane that you were turning up to against a Sand King that started with a double kill.
I mean, most of these Luna lanes are just crazy, right?
Yeah.
She just has so much damage inside the laning phase, and she provides that little bit of extra to your ally. And it's also nighttime now, so she is giving damage to everybody across the map.
And the mid. Oh, that was very, very close. I mean, I'll tell you what, Pichu was able to hit the spirit there. He might have even had it. GH is going to come in with a heal.
Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Han still wants to go for it. That level 3 slight is there. They really want to double secure the rune for him. This is a nice approach here from Azure to help out Han a lot. Sumail's it.
Oh, Azure trying to get the Sonic Wave off. He'll get it off. Sumail able to get the kill. See if he can get away from these two.
He's got a blink in one. He's safe.
Indeed, GH coming in clutch. You know, Sumail, he was obviously seeing Han get a lot of help from Planet. He wanted a bit of assistance from his supports. It comes in, and it comes in clutch, enables him to get aggressive and get the kill.
It's instant go-to. Literally hits 6 and blinks in right on top of him, so no hesitation coming out from Sumail, knowing that he's got the kill threat. 3 heroes versus 2, and they get the kill. Nigma continuing to have that bit of an advantage in the laning phase.
Of course, with these movements, has freed up the top lane a bit more for New to start catching back up in farm.
His levels are still good, too. That's the important, yeah. Very nice. Fucking killed up here. Is going to have that level 6, so can actually start to... You know, Miracle can't be left too much alone up here once New does hit 6, as you can just start spamming these chakrams and getting low. Getting Miracle low, so... See if they do bring a rotation up, because Miracle is going to start getting bullied a little bit. Yeah, they're bringing 3.
He's in a lot of trouble here. Caught out by the wraparound coming in from Low and Pichu.
I'm surprised he actually stepped up versus New. Maybe he didn't see that he had just hit that 6 there, but good on New to be able to get that type of... I mean, 7 minutes and he hit 6 already. Very good stuff in this top lane for having a Earthshaker pause 4.
Now they've got to be careful who they send up now. Indeed, with the chakrams at the ready. And New's ready to dive in on some of these squishy areas. Miracle Comes back in over to Woodley Fremder. He's got the old popped here. Planet holds back the three of them with the Fisher, giving some space for New to back away from Miracle during the ult, but Miracle hits the angle with the shot and takes him out. Planet trying to get into position to allow them to continue to push forward. Dive forward in from Pichu, incredibly aggressive. He's not going to get away with it. Pichu goes down. GH is able to keep Miracle alive.
Seen better days.
Oh, Miracle pushing the limits there a little bit. Jumping in. No mana remaining on the Timbersaw was the important thing. If he actually had a little bit more, he could have maybe thrown a Chakram and gotten that kill, but perfect timing for them to go aggressive there. 6-1. Sanking, free farming, Noob, having the best time out of everybody because of those 2 kills he got at the start.
And good beginning once again here for Nigma Galaxy in this game 3.
Hey, lane, they set themselves up for success in the lanes, and so far, looking solid. Even though New did have a bit of that catch onto Miracle, things are still very good for them.
Noob, pretty deep now.
He's got the reload.
He does, he's got the backup. He's in with the burst strike over towards low. Here's Miracle, brought to the fight, takes a lot of damage on entrance to it. They do kill off low, but they've lost Noob in return. So Nigma Galaxy can back out of this safely, because Azure is turning up, and they're looking to chase. And chain forward, and it's going to mean that Omar's left behind. Of course, GH and Miracle get back out off the back of the relocate.
5 heroes move to the bottom lane, though, pretty much.
Radiant's top towers taking hits.
It's an early 6 on GH. Probably caught them off guard, even though they do end up losing 2 of their heroes. Luna is getting shut down a bit, and Miracle does have that advantage, and Miracle will always have that big boost, right? He's always going to have the amplify that comes from the IO. It's going to help a lot throughout majority of this game. Well, the Luna does not really have anything unless like a Phoenix goes for like the solar and stuff like that. Because Earthshaker has to build for himself, and speaking of Earthshaker, Noob's found him.
Yes, he uses a chance there to get the solo kill. Doesn't hesitate with the epicenter and getting in on top of him.
Sumail's also looking to make the move down. He's got Sonic Wave. New.
And he's definitely killable.
It'd be
between the 2 of them here. Noob, he's got the opening. Sumail, he's got the burst.
Good glyph, making sure that they have that wave so they can keep the dive going. Nope. Crushing it this early game. I mean, these early kills, I mean, these like smoke first bloods and stuff like that really are having a big impact in these games in particular.
Sweeping over towards the mid. Han, Remnant at the ready. We'll be able to secure the amplified damage rune. Could come in clutch for the next fight.
Towers seen better days.
They have difficulty making moves though. Since they have this underleveled Shaker, can only really provide a fissure in most situations. They don't have much to play around at the moment. Well, for Nigma, they always have these constant plays they can make. If the Sanking gets a stun, they have the relocate or they have the Quap to follow. Just easier, much easier for Nigma to make plays until more items start coming out in particular. For the Ember or for the Earthshaker whenever he gets the blink, but that's going to take a long, long time. And Han's going to go standard. It is going to be that Mage Slayer route, especially since he's playing versus pretty much all magic damage. So imagine New is just going to rush a pipe too. So timings are going to be there at some point for Zurag where they will be very, very tanky with the Mage Slayer pipe. But Nigma can definitely take advantage of that early on with this lead. And holy moly, those are some nice stacks.
Dire's top tower's gone. Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
I'm not too afraid to fight now. They've got the Supernova online here, Pichu.
Nigma win button.
Can get involved
Yes,
with
Nigma
the,
win button, please.
with the core.
So,
To get Supernova off though.
I guess.
11 minutes
They do
mark.
have
They got, what,
stun at
4
least,
ranged
but
heroes.
4 range with the
And
alright, and the overcharge. So.
In Nigma Galaxy, they proceed very
gotta hope that your
carefully
Shaker gets
and
some sort of
not really
fight
that
back.
aggressive
AoE
type
stun on the
that
entirety
they
of the
put
team.
everything to, but like they counter-attacking while
Empowers me.
Get her back up
still
and look
making
for a
a
smoke
huge
play.
impact.
They want to do
Smoke
it, yeah, they want to make a move with the
Azure,
Supernova.
trying to keep up with the
They have to bring
Galaxy
numbers
here.
because you always have to remember the relocate can come in, so you have to bring usually more than just the 2 heroes together because you can't quickly get outnumbered unless you just burst the hero instantly. They're looking to play around the Luna.
12-minute power rune. And it's going to go into the hands of Sumail. Not a bad one here. The shield rune.
Unlikely that he dies when he has this available. He can play very aggressive. Earthshaker has hit the 6, so Echo Slam is at the least online. They've cleared the stacks.
Put their eyes on the mid. Han. He's dancing around with him. Wondering if he can look to find the chance to fight back. He can. Another slider fist in onto Omar. Gets the kill and gets out. A lot of focus from both sides here around the mid very early on.
Radiant's top towers.
Probably how Planet has to play. He's actually, okay, I actually don't mind if he does do this. Just goes for the shard this game. Just to be able to play from that distance and have this chain stun that you can follow up for the Ember to dish out the damage.
Yeah, and just to give the Phoenix a chance to get the supernova off. I like it. You know, having that long distance persisted stun.
If he has a fight, like if he has a fight where he obviously gets like a big Echo Slam or something, and he has the gold for Blink, he can just buy it. But if it's a slow kind of build up, he can just go for this shard at 15. Nigma trying to take advantage here. They have everything up and ready. They saw the Luna. Pichu in position to stop their aggression, and they have that ward. They're getting their farm on Azure. Those stacks definitely benefiting a lot there for New. His pipe is soon on the horizon. It's only about 500 away, and it's going to block a lot of that damage from Nigma. Bloodstone, though, finished up for Noob, so he is still gigantic. But besides just that big damage he's going to be able to do, the survivability is absurd right now for this Sanking. And no Vessel will be built this game. Yes, they'll have Mage Slayer pipe, but nothing to reduce that healing until way later on of a Shiva's.
Dire's mid towers.
14 minutes. It'll be bottom. Omar is here and ready.
He's got the lockdown here between the Terrorizing and the Brambles, and Miracle getting brought over as well. That's hand dead.
Omar was insane last game on clock. That was really nice. He had the Bramble perfectly set up to catch the Remnant, and then the Fear to push him into the next one. Beautifully done.
And keeping that edge very nicely here, Nigma Galaxy. And of course, Azure not far behind, and Pipe's now online. So next time they're able to turn up to the fight here, New, that could have to sustain and allow them to turn things, survive through some of the immense magical damage output that Nigma Galaxy have early on.
Miracle's farming up a storm. He's really just getting quite a bit ahead, and he's always able. The one thing I don't like about Muerta in a lot of situations is being able to join fights can sometimes be difficult, but that's what the IO just makes it so much better to be able to do so. Is they will find Omar a bit out of position here. But yeah, GH can always just bring Miracle while he's always keeping ahead and keeping that farm consistent ahead of the Luna.
These team fights, they should be pretty strong. You know, between the Mage Slayer of Han and the Pipe of New, it won't be as easy for Nigma Galaxy to get the quick kills when it's in a full 5v5 situation, even if they do bring Miracle in.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It's just if those 5v5s do happen, right? So the way the Nigma's going to kind of play around these is probably just take little skirmishes and stuff like that with the reloads. Planet, Shard is purchased, so looking to play around mid, looking to play around Han with his Mage Slayer timing. And here's that pipe. So grouping up, trying to force a fight.
It's going to be the mid tower gone. Nigma Galaxy not putting any effort into trying to show up, just focusing on getting that next round of items complete.
Content with farming, but the farm has become pretty even here across the board. I don't think Azure is too fussed with the way that the game state has kind of started to develop, with Luna being able to just sit back, get the farm with the Mask of Madness, not getting that pressure. So when you do have, so I was mentioning about the Muerta IO thing, the good thing is you're able to move around the map and take fights. The one negative thing is you're sapping experience constantly from the Muerta. So keeping tabs on levels, Low has now actually pulled ahead, level 12 over that level 11 of the Muerta. Small little things to point out. Omar? Just drop it.
Yeah, why not?
At this pace, why not?
Gets them the kill. They wouldn't have it without it. And yeah, absolutely. 16 minutes in, 6 to 10. Kills aren't speeding up too much.
Yep, and let's see if Nigma does look to fight, because there is no Echo. I see Noob. He's trying to finish up this pipe. He's stepping up a bit forward here. They have vision of him.
I mean, he feels strong between the cloak and the bloodstone.
He's tanky. There's good pure damage, though.
Let's see. It's going to put the bloodstone, getting a decent amount of heal. And it's enough to walk it off there. Bringing in the relocate. They might try and fight back in Nigma Galaxy. They're looking to go on to New. He's able to get away from Noob with the Timber Chain.
Ooh, a little off the mark there, Miracle. Couldn't get the calling on top of him pre-chain, and now...
Noob's back in. He's looking towards Noob. Noob's able to break away with the burrow strike, but obviously with the relocate coming to an end, GH, he's taking Miracle back out of there, so Noob's left on his own. He's gone.
Big kill. Sumail does not want to jump into that either. These two heroes are tanking up a lot. Mid-Slayer Pipe when they're grouped, at least seeing the power of it. And Low is now turned up. He's getting the push going. Level 13. Manta is done.
Good responses here from Azure. Miracle and GH to trying to get back on with the split push down bottom, but Low TP's over. He's ready to deal with that pressure.
It's gonna have.
Omar did it before. Can he do it again? He's got the brambles in the terrorize into another set of brambles. The Sonic Wave, he certainly can. Omar with the catch.
He Sonic Waves and it pushes him into the bramble too. That's nice. Well executed. They'll find Han again, getting themselves some kill across the map. But yeah, Azure's getting a lot. They're getting quite a bit here as well. Low's level 14. Seeing them get this farm on planet, he pretty much has the blink dagger, so he's going to have this nice initiation tool, which Nigma does lack. They have the sanking that can kind of stun in just with burrow strike, but there's no blink daggers.
No, absolutely, yeah. This Shaker Blink is going to be incredibly disruptive for Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, especially versus like if he catches GH in the back. So other thing to point out too is GH has been on a Lotus gathering expedition. He does have a greater healing Lotus, something I do always like to point out with these IOs, because it's crazy how much you can heal in a fight. Literally can just full heal this Muerta. So we'll try to keep tabs of that one.
If Planet's able to play the fight in a way where he gets his stuns on top of Miracle, it's going to disrupt massively the amount of damage that Miracle's going to try and get out during his ultimate.
They're keeping in for this fight.
Relocate is available. I mean, Miracle's just going to sneak away in the trees and TP out. GH would just be left to die. Miracle does get out safely.
Heads up TP. It was nice. Worried for that straight 5 fight. Sure is getting a lot. Just watching this Luna grow. Their timings are getting hit pretty nicely. The BKB, the ideal one, of course, versus this full magic damage lineup that she's playing against. And there's that blink. Massive amount of team fight.
Yeah, they can do big stuff now. They really can. The smoke's up as well for Nigma Galaxy, and they
got the pipe.
Indeed. Noob's got it complete.
And he got Vampire Fangs, so Bloodstone, Vampire Fangs might be too tanky to deal with in this next upcoming fight. See how Azure looks to approach it. As we said, there's not going to be a Spirit Vessel. There's going to have to be a Shiva's eventually later on to deal with some of this healing from the IO and SK, but yeah, ways away. Sumail?
He's heading in. They're trying to get information to start off some sort of action.
Guess what's happening?
This is sort of the way that they have to start fights, right, as you're saying with Nigma Galaxy. They just have to kind of walk up and hope they get a chance to just walk up and burrow strike, really.
Pretty much. Look at New. This is how much magic damage there is in this game. You don't see this often.
You never see it.
There's a pipe and an Eternal Shroud.
I mean, that's pretty wild. You never see this. When was the last time you saw this?
But the nice thing is, though, when you're Timber and you have this pipe, you're lacking mana. So on top of it giving you magic with this, it's giving you all this mana that you're getting from this crazy spell damage as, of course, support goes down.
Yeah, GH itself's also got to be careful. And stay outside of range.
Oh, they're coming over.
Oh my goodness, Panic! He just says, screw you, GH, jumps in, slams the IO. America, he's dead as well.
Oh, boy.
Azure making these quick moves. I think things are slowing down a little bit for Nigma Galaxy. They're just not able to make any sort of play. And I think we saw off the back of that move where they just made previously trying to get across the river. They don't really have anyone to start off the action, Fogged.
They can't get these catches. Planet, he can just, I mean, it's not the best echo ever, but it ends up catching enough to be able to see Miracle too.
Yeah, we'll check it out here again. And obviously it didn't start in a great position. I mean, they've got this whole play.
Noob's heavying.
Yeah, Planet's getting pretty low. It's a good fear to pull up as well. All right, there we go. Back in action. Under the tier 2. New, is he able to get out? He is. But, you know, this is the sort of fights that Nigma Galaxy, they love to take. If you're going to walk up and stick under their tower, who cares about the initiation?
If you don't need a blink
They're starting the fight on top of you.
Yeah, they did not respect that Noob was still going to be trying to go for the fight. I don't think they expected him to go for this fight at all. They were completely clumped.
And there we go.
Blink, so
there we go.
Now they can force fights a lot easier.
Yeah, basically that one thing that Nigma Galaxy was lacking, it's been solved.
Now they've got it. Yep. Took a bit of a slip up there, of course, dying to Tormentor and whatnot, but Noob.
By Roche, can they do this?
Dies pretty fast.
Yeah.
Echo is on cooldown 40.
I mean, they have Supernova.
They should have this.
Do the two of them want to try and disrupt this, Pichu and you?
TP for the fight.
There's a temptation to mess with this. Yeah, Nigma Galaxy might not be able to get this as cleanly as they hoped for. And Miracle sticking in the pit, but backup's on the way for Azure. The Fire Spirits is want to mess with the Noob's going to make the jump over to the side. They've got the chain locked down on the wall. Pichu's not enough. He's still able to get the Supernova off. Galaxy, they'll have to kite out the egg for now. They got what they came for. Roshan's taken. Aegis picked up by Miracle. Chase to continue here from Azure. One Noob in the trees. Can Azure still take this fight into the Aegis on Miracle? It's a good setup with a Fisher. Noob with a forward burst. I mean, the Sunray just burning through the two of them. They've killed off Noob, and they're taking the Aegis out of the hands of Miracle.
And
Omar caught by the Lucid Beam. He's gone as well. Miracle's just got to try and run. The Hurricane Pike is able to push back Noob, but the Fisher catches him. The relocates there from GH.
Split second. That almost caught him with the Echo. That was super close.
And GH is unlikely to be able to walk out of this one alive. Dragged back in by the relocate. So all in all, they got the Roche, they got the Aegis, but they did lose the team fight pretty painfully there.
Yeah, and they had to I think they used all their greater healing lotuses and stuff to try to save that Sand King. They just pushed forward there. The damage is too high from the Luna, and honestly, Nu is too tanky. Nu is immortal. He just literally runs at them, and he's invulnerable because of this insane amount of magic resist he has versus a full magic damage lineup.
It's like everything coming from the Tormentor side. That's one really unfortunate move. The one that did. Woo!
He did just pick up the BKB.
But he's low mana.
He is. He needs a little bit more mana for the blink. Just enough there. Able to jump out to the side, get underneath the tier 2 tower. I think. Now under the tier 2, he should be safe enough.
I mean, Nu is legitimately invulnerable.
And they could dive in for GH. They've got him with the chains. GH is trying to heal up, but he's dead. Samel gets out, but GH falls for it.
How do you deal with this Timber just running at you? He literally has no answer.
There's like a brief
Quite the push, of course,
moment on the
tier 2
Tormentor, and then everything is turned
position,
upside down.
I mean, even this glimmer that we've got picked up from the Phoenix way earlier on, they just have really understanding the fact that it's a 100% magic damage lineup. And just playing it through beautifully. And the Shivas is going to be coming quite a bit faster than expected because Nu is now able to go for it instead of the Phoenix. They're really ramping up the pressure.
Last battles, they can really take
very much
the battle to their
getting
hands.
sort of a sense of what we saw from the speed of Azure earlier in this series.
And Ilo is getting that farm online, top of net worth. 20 talents soon going to be coming. Conda on the horizon as well.
Another fight again.
That's when that big pain is always going to happen, even versus something like a Muerta.
Not really counter-attacking at this moment. It's way too late, maybe on this 25 minutes mark.
Now he's just running at them. He has no fear.
Everything on the Azure said. It's like destroying.
Maybe he wants to soak
Nigma
some damage
Galaxy.
now too, because he wants some mana. We're low on it. Echo Slam at the ready again. Believe an Aether Lens also for the Shaker, so the distance that he can throw these spells, it's very high. He also took Whispers of the Dread, so the damage is
there is no one that can catch
very
the
significant
Ember
that they've got coming out from even him.
Dire's top tower
We
is
expect
getting beat
something
down.
like the silence, maybe from the calling
on the Shaker,
from
so just
Muerta, but
continue to add
again,
to
it's like
the survivability as a team.
Oh, cool. That doesn't seem like a planned item to me.
Azure.
I thought he was going to go like a refresher or
it's
something.
getting harder for
He's
Nigma
already
Galaxy,
using
but
berries.
let's
He's like,
see.
I've got my blink, I've got my lens, I've got
Some
my
good
shard. You
fights.
know,
One of the
I can buy something for the team now.
I know this. I know. I love playing it because of it. He's a very greedy guy, and it's paying off this game. So
Well, if he gets like a good Echo Slam and gets a burst of money, that's probably when the item queued up changes.
But maybe he doesn't. Maybe they're just feeling like they do have they've gotten complete control of this game now. So the aura is going to help just more than having that extra bit. They have the damage that's going to come from Luna anyway. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does end up going for.
A Miracle.
5k lead.
Nearly got the BKB on Miracle. Then I'll stand more of a chance of sitting in the middle of the fight, getting the damage out without interruption.
Will he be? The question is now coming to me is, will they be able to actually do damage?
True. Is it just going to feel like his ult is tickling them?
It just might.
It's really frightening.
Because he's going to be getting Mage Slayer, there'll be Pipe, there's going to be a Timber constantly running at them, so.
And of course, yeah, the two of them, low and both having their BKBs at the ready in these fights. So finding the opportunity to get the damage done as this carry Muerta is going to be very difficult.
Whoa, they got the scan. They know they're up here. They'll find GH.
Yeah, they will. At least the Nigma Galaxy gives them, again, the time to get Miracle out away from the movement.
Nice scan. Good heads up play there. They knew they were up there.
Dire's lost the top
Momentum
tower.
continues to go in the way of Azure Red. They can probably start poking.
I think
high
so,
ground
yeah,
a
I
bit
think
here.
you push high ground and sort of say, what are you going to do about it?
At least force a bit of a response. Try to scout where the Sand King is. So he's actually smoked. This is cool from Noob. He's going for the jump, it looks like.
And they're going to drop to Fisher and onto the side. Miracle's already down to half HP. New, he's going to get caught in the full combo. They get the pipe off. He timber chains out
No
to
way
the
he
side.
lives.
Jump forward for Samel to finish up the job. They kill New off. This is as good as it gets for Nigma Galaxy in a way to start the fight. They've got to try and see if they can get more, but Azure already able to run away, so no further catch or chase provided by Nigma Galaxy. They'll have to just settle for the one kill. Still a big kill and one that does stop the push for now.
They proved that he's not invulnerable. He almost gets away there for a
It was
second.
close.
And I like the way that Noob did it. This was a smoke that they did, so when he TP'd in, even though they saw the TP coming in, they didn't actually see him afterwards revving because he was in the backlines with it.
Oh, there's your favorite as well. Low gets the Nemesis
Of course
curse.
he does as the Luna. Nemesis curse, level 20 Conda. It's coming. Not just yet, though. It's 19.
It's very close though. Wisdom rune for him. He's going to pretty much have it. The burst from this Lucent beam.
Ay.
It's going to get crazy again.
Yeah, it's gonna
Trying
be
to find a
crazy again.
secondary kill, secondary something with this smoke Nigma, but won't be able to get it.
Holding on to their mid tower, though, Azure, right? Nigma Galaxy, just not able to find much more. Just a bit of a slowdown in the proceeds, really, for Azure off the back of that loss of New top.
There's that 20 talent. They buy a gem as well on the Phoenix. So wanting to control the map probably for that next Roshan. Looking to take out wards, get some vision down soon for that. It's about 90 seconds until we'll find out for it. I think on double Shivas. Or did they actually switch it up?
Or a New and Han.
Yeah, I think New switched it, right? Yeah, okay. They went Veil, and then he just decided, you know what? I want to have a kind of
It's getting pretty hard for Nigma Galaxy to
And then
find.
go for the BKB next. And
It's soon,
then at that point,
And at that point, he's
game.
invulnerable.
he is
But
basically...
again, we still hope
magic
that
damage is what? It doesn't even
be
consider it.
pretty better.
It doesn't exist. It's going to be very hard to kill
Smoke
unless...
from Azure.
I mean, I failed to see how New dies unless he gets caught 1 versus 5.
Well, until Muerta starts getting farmed. Hey, once Miracle gets
Gets the
crit,
crit.
Analyst, then he can start absolutely piercing through News.
Okay.
This damage resistance that he's got. And he is getting there. The small crits there. He found a quiver as well. So there is damage. There is some. Smoke's coming out. They want this fight. Han with the shield rune.
I'm up on the front. And he's going to head into the Shadow Realm. They've got a lot of damage to go through it.
They'll need it.
Omar got caught
They'll take the gate.
again. It's like the revenge coming from Han only
GH
for
still
Omar.
heading out into
Omar's
their
like
triangle area.
catching him 2 times.
Mid tower's getting big.
Shivas is very close for
There's
December.
no
It's
way
a
he
big
can
pickup
escape
versus
from
the
the
Eye on
dark
the
below,
Sand King.
but not
They want
anymore.
to fight this Nigma Galaxy.
Nigma is sticking around
It's
this
4
board.
versus 5. Nude. He's in with the 2-man Burrow Strike. They're able to put the BKB, get the epicenter off.
Post
Fisher's going to
line
hold
soon.
back Miracle for now. Now it falls forward. Try and get in on top of New. See if they can bring down this Timber Sword. They can. They take
And the
down
egg.
New.
The
They
egg.
turn over towards the egg. Can they get enough hits in time? They cannot. The egg. It's successful as Planet holds Miracle in position and allows for the turnaround. They've taken Miracle down. Dive forward here from Pichu. Over towards Noob. Noob gets down low ground with the Burrow Strike. They got a way to chase on forward for this one. They have not. Noob is going to blink TP. They try and TP over in time to put a stop to it, but Noob will get out of there. So a fight where pretty much everything is thrown down. Only ends up with 1 for 1.
They have to use so much to kill the Timber. They literally have to blow everything and Planet. He delayed it. This little fissure that he did at the start to prevent the first initial blow up of the Timber allowed them to kind of distance themselves, and then he gets the follow-up Echo Slam to stop the finish off of the egg to allow Low to come in and clean up. I mean, Planet.
Radiant's top
Maybe we're gonna get to
tower's
see more Force Shaker. I love it. I don't think it's the best ever in the position of these type of games right now, but love to see this hero.
Yeah, I mean, this game is it's certainly just a really good one for the Shaker to be so impactful. We see
look at
DD say the Fisher at the start causing some issues for like Miracle being allowed to get up close and quickly take down New. They do get him, but it takes a lot. and then this the second jump as well. If Planet wasn't able to make this play over towards Miracle, highly likely those last couple of hits would have definitely come through. The egg would have been dead, and maybe Nigma Galaxy could have got more from the fight, but Planet throws a spanner in the works and makes sure that they get a 1-for-1 trade.
And perhaps there's like a slight misclick there from Miracle, I think, right? Because he stepped up a little bit instead of just getting that first take, or maybe it was the quiver. I don't know. I didn't see it, but it looked like he stepped up a little, and maybe that extra 1 or 2 hits could have made the difference. At least
I think they only needed 2 more. Yeah.
Probably Low was going to clean up anyway because BKB was ending onto Miracle, but yeah, small things.
They're going to go straight for the Roshan here, Nigma Galaxy.
The Roshan's...
Azure is here at the ready. Eclipse is up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, the ultimate situation is overall just a little bit better for Nigma Galaxy, of course. Well, Slam is actually back
Only
up in 15 and 10. Actually, it's soon.
It's all coming
They're going to have everything as well, Azure.
And they've got a fresh shard also on the Phoenix, so...
I mean, this is where you can't start the Roshan. They're going to try and start the Roshan. Every ultimate's available from Azure. This is risky.
Especially when he yells. That roar of retribution, they know.
I mean, they're poking that up. That's the plan. They just want to try and force a reaction first. He's coming in with the burrow strike here. He's going to make the jump over towards Ham, but there's no follow-up. He's down and ready to turn. The burst comes in onto you. He's going to get away from them for now. Noob's trying to chase him down. Supernova's there. They'll turn towards the egg. This
Nice
time they'll
one.
take it out, no problem. The Supernova's gone. So back in. He gets the 2-man echo slam onto the both of them. Omar's gone. Miracle dies in the pit. It's going to be a clean-up by the hit for Azure. Noob's caught out of the side. Noob cuts him down. The fight, it's Azure Rays, and they may even just get GH as well. Trying to hide in the trees. The Eclipse comes out from low. No holding back there. They take out the 4 of them, move into the pit. That was a risky spot for Nigma Galaxy to try and fight in. Noob sees an opportunity to get in with that jump. It was always going to be so hard to take a team fight like that, Fogged.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's like, you maybe got baited to kill the egg, right? You're like, oh, we have to kill this egg, we have to kill this egg. Uh-oh, Low just came in and wiped the floor with us with the damage he was able to provide.
Yeah, there are 2 perfect echo slams on the face of the Muerta and GH.
Yeah, we see it at the beginning, making that jump,
dealing
but
so
not
much
quite able to do
damage.
too much damage indeed. And as you say, sure, they
It's
take Pichu
always,
out, but he was so ready with the buyback. He knew this was going to
the echo
happen.
slams
It was
next,
all part of the plan. And Yellow
someone
stepping forward,
really
Planet
need
having the lockdown, and at this point, you're trying to run from the Luna. You cannot.
And Roche even helping out a little bit, getting the glaive bounces between the IO and that Muerta back and forth. There's just not enough damage, and yet Neo is just too tanky. He literally is tanking absolutely every single spell, and this time he ends up surviving because of that positioning.
And here comes the push, straight up to the base to take out the tier 3 onto the barracks. Nigma Galaxy will have the full lineup back up.
The rats are dying too fast.
What the change? Look at this damage. You want the Fisher follow up. Right, says the Glaives, they're bouncing over. He has to press all the buttons. BKB pierced the veil, run back to the fountain. Panic sets in for Miracle. The smoke comes out. I mean, now if they want to try and defend, they don't have the BKB or the pierce the veil here for Miracle to play with.
And Miracle's going to take like 1,000-something damage from each of these beams. Let's see if they can get a
Got
crazy
Epicenter.
fight.
See if Noob can set something big up here on the defense. Epicenter's ready, but the Fisher, it comes out. It's going to stop him from it being able to get the blink initiation. Planet once again making these fights so difficult for Nigma Galaxy to set up in the way they want to.
What an absolute beast.
And get the burrow strike onto hand. It was very tanky, especially with the shield rune and with the BKB ready to press. The mid-racks, they're gone. Azure sticking around here, doing the damage to the base of Nigma Galaxy, up to the top lane.
They have the fight. It's the last racks.
Curse Crown onto Noob trying to step up, take so much damage here from the Glaives. Low had to put the BKB, the Bloodstone heal as well. Smails in from the side. The BKB popped by Low, stands his ground, finishes off the barracks. The Mega creeps are out. Miracle. He's got Noob leading in with the burrow strike onto the 2 of them. Still, of course, waiting for his cooldown to become available. Noob forced back to safety. Snail also having a blink backhand, stepping up. There's a lot of damage coming out from Miracle, so Hand's got to be a little careful. Miracle taking a huge hit from the Lucent Beam. 15 seconds until the BKB is back up. He does now have Pierce the Veil ready to rely on him. Shamel, he's jumping outside the base, chasing them away. So they'll force back Azure, maybe just temporarily though. Still 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis for Low.
And they got what they came for. The Raxes are gone. All the buildings, all the objectives. BKB on cooldown for the Queen of Pain. They'll back up, they'll reset. Wait for maybe these cooldowns just come back up, and then yeah, they can look to close this out. These fights, I mean, Planet, he just continues to come in super clutch, even small fissures. Don't know if the Epi's either way gonna win the fight or anything, right? But the fact that he's just omnipresent enough to be able to get that fissure is phenomenal.
Now, any sort of chance that Nigma might have in these team fights to get a turnaround, yeah, he's on top of it, Planet.
Yep. Big fan of his build too. I like that he went more greedy himself. He went for 4 staff and
Absolutely. I mean, moments like that as well. The ether lens, without it, that fish is not catching Noob.
and he took the talents as well too. So the fissure range is actually.
Shash SG. It's really
Offering outside
devastating.
the base, Azure. They're ready to go for the killing blow. Nigma Galaxy, they'll have one more chance here. How's the buyback status looking for Nigma Galaxy? It's not looking great. And there's the jump in, but Miracle getting fully focused, using his well. But the BKB turn, it's a lot of damage coming out over towards low. They're taking him out the one.
He's got BKB when he's up.
So if they could deal with him a second time, somehow trying to force back the back lines of Azure.
No time, Echo
Straight
Slam.
in as soon as Miracle presents himself, gets the catch on him, and that's Miracle out for good. Dead for 60 seconds. This should be what it takes here for Azure to be able to close up the game of the series. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to try and hold on with the 3 of them. Buyback will come out from Noob. Tamel drops the Sonic Wave over towards Planet. It's still not enough to kill Planet. Planet survives. Fisher comes out. Noob's in with the Burrow Epicenter, bringing a low, pretty low on the HP. The damage with the Sandstorms are there. Oh, incredibly low. Noob, can he hold? He's zipping up. He's looking over towards Pichu. Pichu glimmers and backs off. They get the Burrow Strike over towards him. Han, he'll TP away. Alright, Noob keeping the game alive here for Nigma Galaxy. As they'll get to have one more chance, one more shot at holding on here. Comes in with the buyback, able to hold.
That Epi started hitting everybody.
They got very, very low there. It's as a little bit of a glimpse of a hope here for Nigma Galaxy. They hold on.
Where's my fight recap? Okay, there we go. I was like, I'm trying to click it, it's not coming up. Yeah, he got a big connection, so beautiful play there. Catches on to almost everybody. They get to hang on, but there's no glyph on the respawns.
At this point, we're gonna expect some right coming from the Muerta
Miracle
and
just has too much
relocate
difficulty in these fights. He has to like BKB run in, but he can't kill the targets in
like
5 seconds or 6 seconds.
That's
and
the
he's
only
always getting
way to
controlled by
win
Echo or
this.
Fissure or something along
Planet's just always getting the jump on him, and
Let's
now Planet's got the
relocate
dream
and hit the
item. He's got
tower.
the time this relic.
Ooh, baby.
So next time round, he makes that jump. There's just going to be no chance
I'm
of breaking
like,
away from the combo. The Planet lays down upon
a
him.
human
You know something crazy to
Echo
point
Slam
out, just to point
counter
out
at
the
this
stat line
point.
is Sumail has yet to die in this game.
This
So the game where
Protector
it's, you know, it's a
already
Queen of Pain who has
landed
yet to die, it still isn't really
three Echo
mattering in the
Slams,
full grand
3
state of the
perfect
game.
Echo
How
Slams.
much that
Oh
Azure
my
is able to
goodness.
been able to kind of play around him and put the emphasis on the actual carry,
It's
right?
because
Make sure that the Muerta's
with
not
the
actually
Io
getting too
will
much done.
tether at least one
Let's see
hero,
if
of course, one
Nigma
hero.
Galaxy
So
can pull out some sort of crazy
let's
comeback. Gets the mega
think of
creeps.
the
They're
worst
down one
case
tier 4 tower.
scenario.
They've
Of
only got
course,
that
that
one
the
left
Echo Slam
standing.
gonna hit 2
Defending
heroes.
the Ancient. Full Daedalus
So it's
done
like
on Miracle.
plenty
We
of
are
damage.
seeing glimpses of how much
And
damage he
of
can
course
do
with
when
the
the
mega
situation is
creep here,
correct in a
so
team
every
fight.
As long as he can actually
effect is
stand
getting
and attack, right? That's just what it has
Echo
to be. If he can
Slams
get them when their
very
BKBs aren't
troublesome.
active, in particular. Looking at low, he's just gonna go for double BKB. Gonna go for that refresher.
Refresh.
Time this relic in return for Noob as well.
Amp damage. This will probably be that fight that they're gonna force.
Wow, this is going to have to be even more of a defense than we've seen so far for Nigma Galaxy. You've got a amplified damage Luna preparing to approach your base. Whilst you just have a tier 4 protecting that Ancient.
And a fresh, Aghanims on that Ember to be able to commit in backlines, cause maybe potential like
What
early
are they waiting
BKBs to
for?
get popped. So Miracle has to be pretty
the
much
item.
perfect in his BKB usage for them to have any chance in this upcoming fight.
Well, they're waiting for. He's waiting for the bottle to be
Bottle, I
passed
assume.
over.
Yeah, bottle and
Yep.
yeah, he's got it on him, so he's just waiting. No, I just pick it up.
Okay. Just take it and run down mid. There we go.
It's got the ninja
It's
gear
like
too,
on
so
the
Let's see what
edge
Nigma
of
Galaxy
40
can do against this. Good luck to them. They're going to need it. It's quite the
Miracle is
push here
showing.
coming from Azure. They get the opening. Fisher. Follow-up's done as well. Miracle get forced to the side.
goodness.
Oh, the chains are in. He's got to press his ult.
He has to hold the BKB though. You can see he literally has to be as patient as possible with it.
Yeah.
They're trying to poke and force it, but
The ult cooldown you might be able to play around, right? It's like
Yes.
35 seconds until it's back up. It's not the end of the world.
no.
Noob, he's in. He's going to make the jump straight away with the BKB. Trying to get a jump on the Pichu, but Pichu's able to pop the Supernova. Noob.
Ignore
the
the
epicenter
Supernova.
going at the side. They'll kite out the Supernova for now. Noob is still caught off to the edge of the fight. He cannot get away. Dead for 2 minutes. That's Azure. They can look towards this tier 4 now. Miracle has to put the BKB this time round. Turns over towards Planet, so Mel jumps forward. Miracle trying to head forward. The
That
BKB
BKB 's
comes
going
to an
down.
end. Turn forward here from the Ember Hand, looking to get the grab on towards Miracle. He's going to get relocated back towards the fountain, but the tier 4s are gone. Sumail continue to do what he can to try and hold them back. The Ancient's exposed. Low stepping up. The buyback comes out from Omar. They are getting a little bit low here to the spammer Sumail.
Sumail, big ult.
Hand
Not enough.
will be able to survive. Omar's dying with the Mega Creeps and Miracle as well. Chakra comes in, the ult is back up, the Fisher will catch him, GH gets blown up by the Lucid Beam, triple kill for Low. It's just Miracle and Sumail left against the full 5 of Azure. Azure, Sumail tries his best to hold, but he will fall. Ultra kill for Low, it's game over as Azure take this game 3, and with that the series 2-1 against Nigma Galaxy.
Low ends up doing the big carry work, but this offlane duo was absolutely phenomenal on the side of Azure. Planet and New with a bit of an unorthodox kind of offlane too. Timber Earthshaker, but they did such a good job of just soaking damage and then just getting these little plays to trip up Miracle over and over again.
Yeah, the Shaker in particular, you said Planet. I think we're going to see more of it from.
I guess it's another bad draft coming. Why Muerta against all magic? Okay, so we're gonna see here. Actually, okay, I'm at loss. I'm speechless at this moment. So okay, it's 2-1. It's 2-1. Let me see. When is the next schedule? And the Echo Slam, 3 times Echo Slam, just because they can really hit, they can really break the combo once the moment that the supernova is casted, they can everyone just hit the supernova. So it's like 3 seconds for the supernova to be destroyed, and I bet that Miracle is not really on the good position with the IO attached because the Echo Slam, right? Echo Slam is there. It's outdrafted again, I would say like that. You know, they're doing pretty good on the early until the mid game, but not so anymore on the late game once the Echo Slam is on with the combo of the Supernova again. Well, that's there is a significant pattern that Azure did, so it's like they really need to memorize what's gonna happen on the next and I guess let's see what's the next. Maybe I'm gonna see you again on the next live stream. Thank you so much. Hey, wait. Is Liga Team versus Invictus Gaming, and yeah, so it's gonna be the end for today's live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be nice.